Hey everybody, welcome to the Omega Files. We're back, and tonight we're going to be playing Dead Last, which is a module written by another member of our writing team by the name of Mike Holland, and it's an oldie but a goodie. So we're going to go ahead and get into this one. So welcome to the Omega Files. We're all set and ready to go. If you're watching us here live on Twitch, please make sure to follow. It's free and helps support all the other shows on the Games Tavern. If you're catching us on the YouTubes, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss when our next episode gets posted. Followers of our show will notice that we have no newcomers for the first time in months, but we do have many repeating cast members. So let's go ahead and identify who we all are. I am the Keeper. My name is Sholem West. You can find me here on Tuesdays or on the Three Dash Cousins podcast on Spotify. Do a goofy podcast with my cousins. Lee.
I'm Lee Smith. You can find me on Facebook as Lee Smith. You can also find me on Twitter under Flaming Hooves. Everyone seems to like that name. And welcome.
Ben.
Hey y'all, my name is Fen Bowman. I will be here playing as your guy, Flick Baggins, paranormal investigator. I am happy to be here, and you can find me on Twitter at Puppy Plants, two very simple words. And you can also follow me on Instagram at It's Your Boy Finny.
All right, and over to our Omega Controller, aka Jack.
That's right. I am normally behind the scenes. My name is Jack, Justin, whichever you prefer. Answer to both. And normally I'm behind the scenes, but today I get to step out from behind the curtain and try my hand at rolling some dice. So I'm looking forward to it.
I get to make him suffer. It's going to be good.
As right. If I don't have to suffer enough every other week that I watch you guys.
That's because you have to just sit and watch, right? All right. So, and last but not least, Ella.
Hi, I'm playing Dr. Brandy Fleming. And you can find me on Instagram at Ella, ELLA_Ren1. And I am a barista with a mysterious past. And with that, I'd like to say, please understand that we have a couple of content warnings. They are in no particular order of importance. Abuse, animal death, self-harm, suicide, gratuitous violence, needles, kidnapping, death, blood, mental illness, tentacles, mutilations, mutations, shrubberies, insects, birds, blood, cats, dogs, drug use, chemicals, and chemical usage, radiation, blizzards, firearms, blood, explosions, interrogations, clowns, sarcasm, arson, threatening mechanical implements, flying monsters, and anything else that is terrible. Also, the Omega File stream will feature several points in the broadcast where you decide part of the narrative. That's right, you get to use this prime feature to vote in the chat to determine an effect somewhere in tonight's investigation.
Lee.
We're giving away a 3D print from Make It Real 3D Print. Type #epic once, bang epic once you see the notice in chat that the raffle is live. You must be a resident of the US or Canada, excluding Quebec, and you must be a follower to enter. We will continue to take entries until the end of the stream, so be sure to stick around as you must be present in the chat for the staff to contact you when we pick a winner. If not, we'll draw a new winner, so don't miss out.
All right, so let me show you what the prize is tonight. It's the canopic jar that we were going to give away last week, and it does open, and there is lots of room inside. We figured out it'll hold, I don't know, about 20 dice or so. So please don't forget to vote. To enter, and that means you too, Grumpy Lizard. I don't want to hear this stuff that I've won before. No, you better get that in there. All right, and then next week we'll have the bat perfume jar that we were also going to give away. So there'll be a giveaway this week. And thank you, Grumpy Lizard. It's about time you listened to something I said. Love you. All right, so let's get on with the game and not really worry about how I broke poor Grumpy Lizard with the clown last week. So we'll go ahead and start with Brandy, excuse me.
Yes.
Brandy, you get a phone call on your special phone.
Hello.
Hello, is this Brandy?
Indeed it is.
I would like a triple mocha cappuccino, and I would like it delivered to the Raleigh-Durham Airport in North Carolina at the Ritz Airport Hotel.
Got that. Speedy delivery? Cafe
Yes.
mocha?
Yes, and it would be room 503, and I
Yes.
would suggest 9:30 a.m.
$5.03. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Joe, your phone rings.
Yeah,
Hi, is this Joe?
yeah, this is Joe. What's up?
Joe, we have an investigation. It's a very special investigation for you. It would be most beneficial to have your law enforcement understanding on this. If you could go to the Ritz Airport Hotel outside of RDU, Raleigh-Durham Airport in North Carolina, and come to room 503, and say about 9:31.
Okay, well, I'm about 15 minutes out, so I'm good. I'll see you
Oh,
there.
excellent. Oh, that'd be fantastic. I meant 9:31 a.m., not p.m.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get a room for the night then.
Okay, great. Yes, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And Flick, your phone does ring as well.
Oh, my special phone. Hello? Operator 11, is that you?
No, this is operator number 7.
Oh, hey, Operator 7, how's it going?
I'm doing okay. How are you? You sound a little confused.
Oh, yeah, just, waiting for my next
Normal.
project.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just looked in your file. It says that's normal. Okay.
Oh,
so,
yeah, very normal. No worries. Very normal.
Okay. Just checking. Yes. We would like you to go to the Raleigh-Durham Airport in North Carolina tomorrow morning at 9:30 if possible.
Oh, fabulous. I wanted to go to the Austin house anyways.
But I need you to go to the Ritz Airport Hotel, room 503, and you should be there
Okay, yeah,
around
I can do that.
9:32
9:32
a.m.
a.m. at room 503.
Yeah, there's a
You've
very
got it,
special
Mikey.
investigation that your talents will be needed on.
Why, thank you.
They made me say that. Click.
Yeah, it's okay. I
Well, he's
appreciate
already-
it anyway.
he's already
Thanks,
gone.
Operator 7.
Alex, your phone rings.
Ring-a-ding-ding. Hello.
Hello, Alex.
How'd you get this number?
Alex, are you ready for your investigation? We told you it was coming.
Don't know you. Click.
You don't need to know me. Just come to the Raleigh-Durham Airport.
Oh, I hung up already.
Oh, you did? Well, they ring you again.
Now,
You can't say no. You already said yes before.
what do you want?
I need you to go to the Raleigh-Durham Airport, to the Ritz Airport Hotel, room 503, tomorrow morning, 9:33 a.m.
Fine. Whatever.
Trust me, it'll be worth your while.
It never is. And
Oh, it will be.
I throw the phone out the window.
All right.
I crack open another burner that's in the seat next to me.
Okay. All right. So when you get to the hotel, you can very easily go up the elevator to the 5th floor. It does say in the elevator, it does say that the 5th floor is under construction. Please pardon our mess. The 5th floor is under construction. So you can either take the elevator or you can take the stairs.
I'll take the stairs.
Stairs.
I'm a
When you
stairs
get
guy.
up to the 5th floor, what you find is that the actual floor is under construction, where they're obviously redecorating some of the rooms, one floor at a time. And as you get to room 503, the door is open, and there's a collapsible table in there. There's actually 2 of them put together. the 6-foot long ones. And in the middle is a decanter of water and several glasses. So obviously someone's expected. There is also a set of chairs, and then a side dresser, a side table, cabinet thing.
Any of the furniture, normal bed stuff, or is it just the table and chairs?
It's just the table and chairs.
Are there any snacks here?
No, there are no snacks at this time.
I brought some muffins from the store. You want one?
Oh, thank God, Brandy.
muffins.
You're back and you've got muffins!
Hey, Flick.
Brandy!
Have some coffee.
Thank you, my coffee queen. What the heck are you doing here, girl?
I'm not really sure. I thought you might know.
Oh, I don't know nothing.
I just got the call.
Flick just got the munchies.
I'm looking back and forth going, I'm guessing you two know each other already?
Oh, hi there.
I should mention that what you're looking at is, for those, since you don't know her, what you're looking at is she's not particularly tall. She's like average height. But looks Latino, Mediterranean. It's kind of hard to tell. She's basically dressed in jeans, a Western shirt, cowboy boots, and a cowboy hat. And there's an indefinite air about her of you really want to reach for your license and registration.
She smells of cop,
Yeah.
even for people who have no cop detection.
Yeah.
Flick, you probably actually tossed your illegal goods before you even got to the door. You just felt that you needed to do it.
Yeah, I'm not a crazy man. I leave them in my car when I come in
Oh,
the
perfect,
building.
perfect. You probably patted yourself down just in case.
Yeah, you
Best
can never
one.
be too safe. Cross the state lines,
Yeah. Alex, you come in at that point and you can see. Well, actually, first let's do this. Brandy, please describe yourself.
Mid-30s, dressed neatly, pretty nondescript, very low-key, has a travel bag with her. Like I said, loves coffee, has some snacks, pretty friendly.
All right, and Flick, what do you look like?
He's like 5'10", kind of on like an average build kind of size, some like shaggy, unkempt, dark brown hair. He wears, his favorite style is a short sleeve shirt over a long sleeve shirt, quality. But he's also a big fan of a black button down and black jeans for the ghost hunting hotties.
Oh, so you brought a bag, a shoulder bag that you. Oh no, it's in the car. Never mind.
Yeah, I keep it all in my car, no worries.
All right, and in walks Alex Burns.
He's a skinny, really scrawny, but wiry dude. He's got the typical like hacker look to him. Like he's got a coat on that's really really tight, but with a backpack that's just brimming with technical devices. You see wires kind of hanging out of it, and a baseball cap down low over his forehead, so you can't really see his face as he surreptitiously looks at the brim. And he sees you guys, and I go to the corner and just kind of post up shop and pull out my laptop and start making sure that like hacking into the hotel's Wi-Fi.
He's a lurker. Watch out! All right. After a couple of minutes, does anybody drink the water? Just curious.
No.
No, Brandy brought me coffee.
Oh, that's right. So after a couple of minutes, from the end table, that you hear a beeping.
Reach over.
By the side by me, or
Yeah, actually, it'd be near you. Yes.
I immediately close up my laptop and go to the other side of the room.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna investigate the beeping.
Okay, you and Joe move to the beeping.
I'm moving away from the beeping because I saw the last time something like this happened. It wasn't good.
It's not just me. I'm not
assume-
crazy.
Is the beeping coming from a drawer or from on
Yes.
top of it?
Actually, it opens like this.
Oh, okay. So I open up the credenza or whatever it is.
Mhm. And
I'm
there
peeking
is a
over Joe's
laptop
shoulder.
in there, and the beeping is coming from the laptop.
Open the
It's
laptop.
just like a little crappy surface.
Okay, well, touch the screen then.
You're gonna pull it out. It's not
Oh, yeah,
plugged in.
yeah.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
And you touch the screen, and it starts coming to life. A room focuses in. There's a table with a chair. There's nobody in the chair, but you hear from the what obviously is from the side because of the way the microphone works. You can actually hear stereo to some degree. Well, have they answered yet? They have. Oh, why didn't you tell me? And you see a gentleman who's probably 65, maybe 60, 65, older gentleman, gray hair, but has the gray streaks, along the sides. He's got the James Jameson haircut, and with the black on top and the gray around the sides. And he goes, okay, I only see 3 of them. Are you sure they're all there?
I turn the surface and sort of pan it around the room.
I'm over here.
I start walking so that I stay out of camera.
That's why he said he only saw 3.
There's another guy over in the corner, but he won't let me get him on camera, so what the hell?
Well, yeah, that's Alex. I understand. He's a little camera shy. So, you're probably wondering why we asked you to come here so quickly.
That's figured.
I wonder a lot of things.
Yes.
And he's looking at something on the desk. Okay, so he looks over to his right. There's some kind of loud bang noise. You're not sure what it is. Don't mind that. That's we're in the middle of an operation. Don't ignore that. So anyway, yes, my name is Mr. Johnson. 2 nights ago, yeah, I know. It is Johnson, actually. That is really my name. 2 nights ago.
I don't believe you.
Well, I blend in everywhere. Believe that one. I got another one to tell you. And there's another bang.
Does it sound
Joe,
like
that's a
gunfire?
shotgun. There's a shotgun going off in the background. Obviously not in the same room, but outside of the room he's in.
Never mind. If you're not worried, I'm not worried.
Right.
But
Anyway,
that was a good 12 gauge, and that one that far away.
Yeah, he seems weirdly unworried, right, Joe? It's kind of a weird thing, my guy.
Well, I've known
unconcerned when the gun's not pointed at you.
I'm concerned all the time.
Well, I've known some guys in forward operating bases where mortars are going off outside, and they're just whatever.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. It's just the way it works. Anyway, so Tuesday night, a local sheriff's deputy reported to an alarm call for a break-in at a local residence in Warrenton, North Carolina. The officer approached the scene, found that the break-in had occurred, and he could hear struggling from inside. He called for backup, moved in. What he reportedly described as a partially decomposed body was snacking on the resident of the home. He fired 32 rounds into or at the creature before it stopped trying to get to him. Now, this is, of course, according to him. The local coroner has determined that the cause of death to the woman was blunt force trauma, and that the second body was ruled not the killer, as the state of decomposition ruled out any possibility that he was alive. The officer has been placed on administrative leave pending a review of the case, and we would like your team to go and investigate what is actually happening, because that's very different.
Just out of curiosity, the deputy weren't bit or nothing, was he?
There's nothing in the police report that we know of. No,
Okay, so didn't report any injuries or anything like that. Okay.
not
Good
to
looking,
the
Joe.
not to the
Good
police
looking.
officer. No, to the deputy.
Are you
Like,
thinking
you-
like rabies? I mean,
Well, there's lots of things that can be transmitted by bites, and
agreed.
Like you get a text that says, "Ask him about the cause of death for the woman."
Oh, it's blunt force trauma. He actually had said that.
I can't hear from all the way in the other side of the room. So.
Oh, that's fair. So Flick, he was just it's blunt force trauma. I thought I said that, but maybe I missed it. And you hear a bang, 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 and he kind of goes, "Okay, so I will send you some information, give you the address. The location is it's actually off of Dogwood Acres, is where the house was. I don't know how you want to go with this. I would suggest talking to the deputy first. That's up to you. The deputy is named Richard Williams, and he gives you the address for where Richard can be found. I would talk to him first, since he's the one that's disagreeing with the coroner."
all right.
Can I pull up any
Sounds good.
information on this guy in the meantime?
Sure. So what you find out about Detective Williams is that he has been a deputy in Warrenton for 20 years, and he does not seem to have, I mean, you could find newspaper articles about him where he is the arresting officer, or he was in the court.
Nothing that
Giving
would
testimony.
like stand out as like he's like crazy episodes or anything like that. Like he's
Absolutely
a
the
normal guy.
opposite. Absolutely the opposite. You do know that he had been in the army before he became a deputy.
So, Joe, do
Okay.
you know this guy?
Me?
Do I know him? No.
Her?
Do I know him?
Yeah.
No,
No.
because Joe's a Texas Ranger, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
she had that air
Uh,
about her. I don't know.
No.
so,
no.
Joe
do you
could
have any
know
other
everything.
questions for me? I need to go address something. Do you have any other questions?
You gave us the address to the deputy and the address to the
Yeah.
where the
It came
break-in
through on
was?
all 4 of your phones, including the one that Alex just pulled out of the packet.
Did they
Can we-
actually find the bullets in the body that he shot?
I do not have the coroner's report.
Okay.
Okay. For either victim.
No.
Okay. Well, maybe we can get
That's
that.
kind of what we need you guys to do. We need boots on the ground.
Yeah, we could probably
Okay.
get it from the deputy.
Yeah, Warrenton is not a advanced electronically in its documentation yet.
So probably it's a case of we'd have to go to the coroner's office, which is probably a local funeral home.
Yes, I would assume.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So
All right, well, I'm going to go now.
I'll up
And
Google Maps.
as
and I
he
start-
says that, he turns around, and out from under the table, he pulls what appears to be an automatic shotgun, and the picture goes blank as he turns it towards the door.
He should have been more concerned about the shooting, it seems like.
Well, he still didn't look concerned. He just looked like he was aiming it at the door very quickly.
Yeah, but maybe
He still didn't
should
have a
be
concerned look on his face. I'm sorry, Flick, what were you saying?
Oh, I said just maybe he should be concerned anyways.
Well,
So
you're
you never
concerned
know.
for him. I'm sure he enjoys that.
I can't find anything about this city that we're about to go to.
Well, Warrenton, it's not a tiny place, but it's very spread out. It has a high level of unemployment and drug use. But I mean, there's
Alright.
also a lot of things going on there. But it it stands out for unemployment and drug use.
I pull up my phone and plug in the address and everything, and nothing else I want to find out, places to stay in that area,
There's a Red Roof Inn in Warrenton.
Yeah. There's also a Mill Hill Brewery and Tap Room.
Mm.
So I also do the route. Y'all got transportation?
Yeah, I got myself a van, my dudes. You need a ride?
No, because I was going to take my truck. I just want to know if any of y'all needed a ride.
I have my Prius.
Prius.
Nice, Brandy. Very
Yeah, I've got my
environmentally
home.
friendly of you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to convoy there.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere.
I'm gonna
without-
ride with
without my van.
Brandy. Because my
Uh,
van's a little conspicuous.
You can ride
So-
with me.
I make sure that I plug in the most roundabout way to get there possible. Like
Oh yeah, there's a way that could take 4.5 hours.
that's the route that I take. I plug into my
Oh
phone.
my.
I have a
I know that because
suggestion.
I've done that route.
Maybe we should like meet at one spot and drop off the extra vehicles though, like, and then go together.
Oh yeah.
Not just
Well-
go to his house.
Like
I
I
don't go
said, I
anywhere
can
without
take
my
all
van.
4 of us. I got my quad cab downstairs, so that's not a problem. I can take us all.
I don't go
I
anywhere
think
without
we
my
should
van.
just leave our cars
Sorry,
here.
it's my home. I don't.
Just
I don't
leave the
it in-
cars here. Okay.
So are you
you guys are
gonna-
more than welcome to. I've got plenty of room, and I got bed in the back that everybody can lay down on and take a nap. But I don't leave without my van.
Okay, so how many cars are going? I don't care. You can take all 4 for if you want to.
Well, Joe is definitely going in her trunk because that's got the lock box. It's got all of her stuff in it. So
All right,
Then
like
you
That's
Flick's just
one.
gonna bring a backpack full of his gear and go ride with Brandy in her Prius.
road
Okay.
trip.
Okay, that's so we're taking 3 cars. Is that what I'm hearing?
3 cars, and I might
Right.
show up halfway through the episode.
That's fine. So you can easily head off to Warrenton. Somehow, Alex, you actually get to the house right after they do. So somehow your directions got modified after you started.
Yep,
It's
and I
almost as
I pay a lot of attention to the road, so I don't notice the changes.
Right,
the changes.
absolutely. And you're just suddenly there behind them. And you're not really sure, but it's like fate has been pulling you along on these things sometimes. So what you pull up to, it's a very nice plantation style home, very large property as well. The building's exterior indicates that it has not seen maintenance for some time. The white paint is chipping, forming in small piles on the ground, while the dry rot can be seen on most of the windows. You can't miss that. Obviously, whoever's living here is not repainting the house, and scraping and repainting as you're supposed to. But this is definitely an 1800s plantation style home.
and this is the deputy.
No,
Yes.
this is the scene of the crime, right?
No, this is the deputy.
Deputy.
Oh, the deputies.
Yeah, you guys were gonna go see the deputy first.
Yes.
I thought. If I'm wrong, I took you to the wrong place.
No, I was.
Okay.
Joe was planning on going to the deputy. I was going to the deputy, because I wanted to talk to him first.
Sounds good.
So
So-
I'll get out of the car and I'll make sure that I'm in the back of the group, because I hate law enforcement. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit awkward.
Present
as
company
we-
excluded, I'm sure.
Oh no, I stay as far away from her as I can.
He seems very paranoid.
Absolutely, I am constantly looking over my shoulder, and like I'll even every once in a while throw out a drone to go and take a out, just to make sure that it.
So Fen, with your high psychology, you know that poor Alex is suffering from several problems. And it may not be natural. It may be that he's got some demons behind those eyes. Maybe he's seen a little bit too much.
Okay. As we get out of our cars, I get my little EVP recorder out and my little regular voice recorder out, and I start them both.
So you're
And I clip 'em to
two-fisting
my
the
little
recording.
shoulder bag. Huh?
You're two-fisting the recordings.
Yeah. Well, now they're clipped to my
Oh, okay.
bag, so I'm no fisting the recordings.
Gotcha.
The Ford quad cab pulls up, and Joe gets out, reaches in, pulls out a very well used cowboy hat, and sort of, puts it on her head, and heads towards the front door.
All right.
Yeah.
So coming up to the porch, you realize that it may not be painted, but it's still in decent shape. It's got the pillars that run up, up the 20, 30 foot to the overhanging roof over the porch. There is an upper balcony as well. And from the bottom, it doesn't look bad. It just looks like the paint's flecked off.
So old money.
In good shape.
So old money.
Very old money, or he bought this place and can't afford to maintain it, or doesn't care to maintain it.
Okay.
Okay. After a couple of minutes, a very disheveled and tired-looking man in his 40s opens the door and come on in, and then just turns back to the inside of the house and walks away without another word.
Not even gonna ask me who I am or why I'm here.
He just walks away.
I duck around Joe and say, "Oh, thanks, guy. How's it going?"
And he wanders towards the back of the house, and then hangs a left.
Follow him.
As we're standing inside, do we see anything in the front room?
So in the foyer where you are, there is the grand staircase that goes up, and he's gone back beyond that and down the hallway, and turned left. What would be underneath the grand staircase? There's furniture, but it's old. You're looking at furniture that's probably at the earliest from the 40s or 50s, but it doesn't look like it gets used either. Like it was decoration furniture, and now it's just old decoration furniture.
If I were to slap it, dust would be everywhere.
No, actually, there's not any dust in the house.
Well, I'm following the guy, so.
Okay. And there are pictures on the wall, paintings of people that look similar to him in various garb going back to maybe the late 1700s.
Like I said, old money.
And
How similar to him?
I'm sorry, Flick, I talked over you. What'd you say?
How similar to him are these people looking?
Related, not identical. Like
Never
you
be
can
too
kind of pick out,
cautious.
you can pick out the family features, but it's not the same person in all the pictures. Good question.
Okay.
Good
I'll let
question.
everybody walk ahead of me, and I'll just pause for a minute. I'm going to listen to see if I can hear anybody else in the house, just for situational awareness.
You do not hear anybody else in the house.
In my record search, did I find out if he was married, divorced, kids?
Single, never married. And when you come back to the room, he's sitting down on probably the only piece of furniture that's very heavily used. It's a lazy boy, and you can see him he's kind of sunk way into it. So he's been sitting in that one place for a very long time over the years. And there's a small it's a television across the room from the chair. And go, please sit. I don't know what you're here for, but you might as well be comfortable.
In that case, I make my way over to the kitchen.
Okay, and do we actually have number one on the votes?
I'll tell you that
You can just tell me
nobody-
1, 2, or 3 is fine.
Fortunately, nobody has voted in the poll yet.
Oh, good. Then I get to choose. All right. So, he goes, what can I do for you?
Well, are you Richard Williams, first of all?
Yes. My house.
Well, you know, you could be relative, you could be roommate, you could be partner. I don't make decisions like that. I'm just checking to make sure you are, in fact, Deputy Richard Williams.
I am Deputy Williams. Well, I used to be Deputy Williams. We'll see if I'm Deputy Williams later.
I understand that you were involved in you responded to a call for a domestic break-in, a residential break-in,
Yes.
and
I
then
did. And may I ask who you are?
oh, I'm sorry, I'm Sergeant Josephine McAllister, Texas Rangers, but I'm not here in that capacity. I'm just here to help out a brother officer.
That's fair. That's fair.
I heard that you had a spot of trouble, and I was in the area anyway, so I figured I'd see what I could do to maybe help.
Who's twitchy?
Oh, which twitchy? Which one?
He's pointing at Alex.
Oh, yeah, he's my tech. He
Doesn't do much people.
What was in his fridge? Because I went into the kitchen.
Oh, well, yeah, he said, well, who's twitchy? Because you were being kind of twitchy anyway, and you wandered off. So
Yeah. So I'm in the kitchen rummaging through his cupboards and his refrigerator right now.
Okay, yeah, I mean it's normal food. Obviously he's just eating for one, so there's not a lot of groceries. So
I'll come back in with a PB&J sandwich.
That's fair. That he does have. And he goes, all right. What do you want to know?
Well, why don't you just tell me what happened, and we'll go from there.
Well, I've never seen anything like it before. But, I do see shows about these kinds of things, and I've read stories, but I didn't think they were real. How do I put this? And Flick, sitting with him, you realize that he is still in control of his faculties, but he is definitely taken a hit to his reality. So how he thought the world worked has struck him quite hard when it didn't work the way he expected it to. But he is still in control of his faculties. And again, that's all that's the high psychology.
I know how it can be, you know. I'm a bit of an investigator myself. And I've seen some pretty wild things. It can really shake you to your core.
You ever seen The Walking Dead? I don't mean the show.
Oh. Well, no. No,
Right,
I've only seen the show.
Yeah, the best I can describe it as The Walking Dead. But I will explain. And
I stopped eating and put the plate down. It's like, oh
no. Brandy, do you have any reactions, or do you?
Do you think there's a possibility of like some psychoactive gas or chemical use in the area that may have altered perception of things?
Possible. Anything's possible. I'll let me tell you what happened, and then maybe you guys will have a clue. I don't know. I'm just tired of being told I'm crazy.
No, we ain't gonna tell you you're crazy.
Well, the coroner is the one who's labeling me as crazy because he doesn't believe that what I saw was true. What I saw, I was okay. I responded to an alarm call, and when I approached the house, I found that the front door had been broken in. So I proceeded into the building, into the home, hearing struggling sounds, I proceeded to follow those sounds with my firearm drawn, of course, because I didn't know what I was walking into. And when I came into the bathroom doorway, the assailant was eating the victim.
Did you recognize the assailant at all?
No, the assailant was pretty rotten.
Peanut butter and
Couldn't have been
jelly
alive
covered.
because they're rotten.
Okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'm
quite all
puking in the
right. I'm
corner.
used to being asked questions. I'm used to asking questions. So the assailant, I guess, hearing me, stood up and started coming after me, and I proceeded to back away, emptying 2 clips into him until he died. Again, I guess. Stopped moving. However you want to interpret it.
Okay. And I like I said, I was just in the area and got a phone call, that a brother needed some help. Who exactly is the coroner?
Well, that would be Jesse Jackson. His parents had a sense of humor, but because he's a white guy, but they called him Jesse Jackson. I don't know.
You
Now-
have
I don't
a
think they
copy
liked
of
him
the
much.
report?
But anyway, what I can tell you is that when I was shooting this creature, I was retreating through the house. So it was pursuing me. The assailant was pursuing me the entire time. Not fast and not really sturdy, but it was pursuing me. And I was able to finally put it down as I was running out of room, but it did not react to the gunshots.
You're sure you hit him?
Not at every shot, but I know I hit him with several.
Okay.
But,
I'm
'cause I can see
assuming
holes through him.
you're using a standard sidearm 9mm.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you elaborate on eat? I saw him eating him. Like, I'm not sure I understand.
Start dry
Biting
eating.
chunks of the victim out off of the victim. There's a bucket over there.
Oh, it's already on the wall. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I was puking in the corner when he started talking about him eating.
Oh, okay. He was a little focused, I guess.
Yeah.
Flick, you absolutely believe, or you absolutely know that he believes what he's telling you. Doesn't necessarily mean it's true, and you would understand that being a psychiatrist. So he was tearing pieces off and eating them with his teeth. Tearing them off with his teeth and eating. And you can kind of see that he's, sinking back into what he'd obviously seen. He kind of gets that faraway look. And it was, and I'm going to call it an it instead of the assailant, because you all seem to accept the fact that it's a dead person walking around. That's what I'm feeling here, especially from the guy puking in the corner. How does he hold that much food?
I
don't really know.
I don't want to know either.
I had dinner
We've
right
not
before,
had
right
any
before
other
we got
snacks
here.
today yet.
Anyway, the thing was dressed in coveralls and covered in dirt.
Like it had been buried dirt, or like it was working in the dirt?
Like mining dirt?
I don't know. I'm sure they're going to do tests on it. That's going to have to be sent to Raleigh, to the offices in Raleigh to do the real tests. The coroner here is just kind of a part-time gig. He's a retired coroner from one of the bigger cities somewhere up north. I don't know. He decided he wanted to be in the South. I don't know. He saw that movie Doc Holliday or something and thought he'd have a great life down here. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what kind of dirt it was, but it had dirt all over the clothes. So either it had crawled out of a grave, or it had dug its way out of somewhere, or it fell in a hole. I don't know.
Well, had it been raining that night, or so dry conditions? Lights are on in the house. There's no. Did you know the assailant? Did you know the victim?
Yes, I have met her before. I mean, it's a small.
Yeah.
It's not too big. I have met her. Excuse me, before. I never had any, real interactions with her, but.
So you don't know if she had any enemies or she was involved in anything nefarious. You'd never arrested her before.
No. Her name is Mrs. Pendergrass. It's Carol Pendergrass.
And this was her house?
This was her house. She's single. Didn't have any family in the area.
How about how old was she?
I believe she was 29. She was from somewhere else. She had moved here.
Pull up a bunch of cult paraphernalia, like occult stuff that I've come across on the internet and while hacking, and I start showing him things, asking him if he had seen any of these things like in the house.
I did not see anything occult in the house. I didn't see any pentagrams. I didn't see any crosses either. I was a little preoccupied.
That's fair.
You said you responded.
And being an officer shooting, I was removed from the situation and taken outside when the other deputies arrived.
By the way,
How long
I'm
was
sorry
that?
about your carpet.
That's all right. Worse things have been on it.
About how long did it take for your backup to arrive?
Oh, they were already on the way. So they were there within 5 minutes.
So the whole from you entering the house till them showing up was about 5 minutes.
Yeah. And it took the encounter with the assailant, the thing, was about, I would say, less than a minute.
You said you responded to a call. Do you know who the caller was?
It was actually from Mrs. Pendergrass. She had called because somebody was trying to break into her house.
Okay.
Could we
So
possibly
it was
get a
a-
recording of that call?
I'm sure they have it on 911.
And I'm guessing
I never talked to her. I just received the call and came to the location.
body cams ain't a thing down here.
No.
Didn't figure it. Now who's
If there
now
was
you-
body cams, they wouldn't have me on suspension.
Yeah. Now who's you work for the sheriff's department down here?
I do.
Okay, who's the sheriff?
That'd be William Tupton.
How well do you get along with him?
Oh, fine. He's been elected. This is his 4th time being sheriff.
Okay, so you've actually been working for the sheriff's department.
I've been working for the department almost 20 years. So, now's their time to get rid of me so they don't have to pay me my pension. I think this is just an excuse to not have to pay for the pension they don't want to pay out.
Are you known for practical jokes or anything going on?
Do I look like I'm a practical joker?
I didn't want to assume.
Not really. You don't really.
Okay, and your
No.
family looks like your family's been here in this area for a while now.
Yep,
Is there
since
anybody
1700s.
who's got it in for you?
The
You
North?
might wanna what?
The North? He kind of tries.
Uh,
He cracks a smile, but then it fades very quickly because he looks mentally and emotionally completely drained. His whole world has turned upside down.
Well, I go over and I sort of, grip him by the arm and say, "Don't worry, you ain't alone. We're here to help."
Yes, thank you.
You didn't happen to get injured at all, did you? You said it came at you?
No, nothing. I was able to fend it off with the bullets. It was always outside of arm's reach. You always try and maintain distance from your attacker while you're shooting. Otherwise, I would have had to break out the baton.
How many clips did you put into it?
I reloaded the third time, but I only emptied 2.
Standard 15
No, wait.
round?
No, wait. And he looks a little confused, but that's not uncommon when you clip dump and you wind up dumping more than 2 clips. He goes, wait, I fired 38 shots. I think I fired a couple of shots out of the third clip. It was my last clip.
Standard 15 round magazine?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have the address that he went to? If not, can we get
absolutely. He can give you the address. I can tell you that the scene has already been closed down, so there'll be nobody watching it.
Okay.
But you're probably going to have to break in because I'm sure they bolted the door shut. Well, what was left of the door.
I take out one of my business cards and I hand it to him. I said, if you think of anything else or if you need any more assistance, you give me a call.
I thank you. Hold on a second. Let me, I'll be right back. And he gets up and he walks through a door that's in this room. It's got the sliding doors. He slides them open and you can see that it, just from the angle where you guys are, you can see that it's obviously an office / library. Probably belonged to the owner of the plantation before. And he goes in there and he sits at the desk and he starts writing something out. And then he folds it up, seals the letter, seals the envelope, comes out and hands it to Joe. Says, you could give this to one of the coroner's assistants.
Okay.
And maybe you'll be able to get in there. I don't know.
Name on the envelope that I should
There's
ask?
no name.
There's no name. Which one of the coroner's assistants should I ask for?
Either one. I don't know who's on duty.
Okay.
I wouldn't give it to the coroner though.
No. That's good. That's
He doesn't
good.
like me,
Well,
and I don't like him now.
he's a carpetbagger, so.
I just shake my head at both of them, like I can't handle
Well,
it.
that's not why I don't like him.
You know, the talking the north south, and I'm like, I just can't stand these people. Like,
Well, that's not why I don't like him. I don't like him because he's a carpetbagger. I don't like him because he's a. He kind of like looks. He's an asshole.
Yeah, kind of goes with the package. So.
Well, I mean, I've met some people that have moved down here. They're very nice people. But him, no, he's high and mighty and all full of himself.
Well, like I
Why
said,
he's lying about what I saw.
like I said, if you think of anything, or need any assistance or anything like that, you give me a call. Now you hear?
I will do that. Good luck. Keep your head down.
Always on a swivel.
Before we go, is there another deputy or somebody you're close to who might be able to help us at the office? At your
They have
office?
all distanced themselves from me because if I'm on my way out, the last thing they need is me being listed as their buddy.
Got it.
I don't
Better
blame
off on
them
your own.
one bit.
Yeah, friendship's the first thing to go in a firefight. So.
Well, and in reality, they should avoid me at all costs.
Well,
at this
no.
point. At this point, because I sound like I'm an idiot. I sound like I'm insane.
No, you sound like you've been into shit, and now you gotta.
Yeah, but how many people are going to believe that the Walking Dead attacked me and then the coroner says it's just a dead, rotted body and the person died of blunt trauma when I said it was being eaten on?
I look around the room at the 4 of us, and I go, well, there's 4 people here that are willing to believe you.
I meant elsewhere, not in this room.
Well, good
'Cause I can
friends.
tell, you've seen some stuff
Yeah, well,
that rocked your world.
good friends.
Although I worry about you, sir. You, sir, and he's pointing at Flick. You, sir, take way too many drugs. I can tell.
Oh, my dude, you don't even know. All I'm high on right now is life.
Well, I believe that, but I believe there's times you could just kind of smell it.
Yeah, I'm sure sometimes. Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, not that I can actually smell anything right now, but let's just say I'd pull you over.
Well, that sounds like a bit of a stereotype in there, dude.
Well,
No.
maybe. But would I find something?
Not right now, because I rode with Brandy.
Oh, well, that's fair. That's fair. Brandy, be careful.
I do have muffins.
Yeah, Brandy's
Yeah, but wait, what kind of muffin?
Blueberry? Would you like one?
Homemade?
Of course.
Yeah, I'll take one.
So
And he goes and gets a plate. Comes back with a little plate for the muffin.
I
you
give
could
him
have just
one.
taken the one with the PBJ that I didn't eat.
No. That was too close to vomit.
That's right. So as we're going out, we are gonna go to the scene of the crime, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, what time of day is it?
It's about lunchtime.
Okay, yeah, we'll go to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, and as you're walking out, you can hear him get on the phone and go, "Hey, Bethany, yeah, I had some guests. They made a mess. Would you mind coming and doing a special cleanup?" Yeah, all right, thanks.
Yeah.
So
That's
obviously
okay,
he's
Alex.
paying somebody to maintain his house. At least keep it clean.
At least the inside, yeah.
Makes sense since there was no dust or anything. You guys,
And it's a huge house. I mean, it's gigantic. It would take an army of people to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Not really, because he's only one person, but close. All right, so you're going to go to the merge scene.
Yep.
Okay. When you pull up to the house, it's a very small, one-level, whitewashed building with an old rusted wire fence running around the perimeter. The fence has fallen down in a bunch of places because it's an older fence, and yellow tape is visible crisscrossing a sheet of plywood that's now functioning as the front door.
Okay.
Before you go in, you might want some gloves. Pull out my gloves, hand them to everybody.
So, Brandy, while you're getting the gloves out and, you're kind of like paused, you realize that that piece of fence that's knocked over or fallen over is new because there's no rust where the links have moved. Like it was recent.
I'll point that out to everybody. I said, seems kind of strange. This looks pretty recent.
Yeah, and it looks like somebody pushed through and knocked over that section of fence recently.
Can we look around on the ground for any tracks around that?
Sure. You don't find any tracks, but you do find a piece of gray material that's ripped and on the ground right next to the fence that got knocked over.
Does it look like it's coveralls fabric?
It does indeed look like coveralls fabric, or what you would expect a coveralls fabric to be made out of.
I pull out an evidence bag and put the fabric into the evidence bag. I said she's got her kit. She's got her entire investigation kit in the trunk. In the truck.
I don't think anybody's questioning. I think we're all just smiling and enjoying.
Okay.
And Alex is probably happy that everybody's got gloves. I'm sure he's wearing a glove over his entire body.
Go up, look at the first of all, I look around. Is like, do I see anyone like peeping through curtains or
No.
Okay. And it's not like this
The
house
looks dead still.
Okay. I'm guessing that this is not like city where the houses like butt right up onto each other.
Oh, no. The neighbors are kind of down a little bit. This is out in the country.
Okay. So I'll go up to the door. I pause and I put the little booties on.
Uh-huh. And what you find is that the door has a chain running through it and a lock. So obviously they've mounted this plywood on with hinges, to the hinges of the door, what was left of the door, and then have just run a chain through something on the other side.
Anybody any good at picking locks?
That's me.
All right, well, make
Nice.
me a lockpick roll.
Got it. I will roll an extreme success, 9 out of 15.
Oh,
Okay, so he basically looks at it very, very sternly, touches it with one finger, and it pops open. Turns out it wasn't even latched. It was just sitting there, quasi, almost latched, but not quite. Kind of, and it fell off, fell open.
well, convenient.
And with magic fingers.
I was gonna say magic fingers.
I reach behind into the small of my back, and I come out with her 9mm. And I push the door open.
Okay, it actually is going to pull out. 'cause
Okay,
It's, it's completely busted. I mean, the board is to keep people from pushing their way in more than anything else. And so you're able to pull it open easily. It's dark in there. And what you find is you can follow a trail of destruction from the front door to the back, right? And then you can also see that it spills out into the kitchen as you go past the kitchen. And you see bullet holes in the walls, in the ceiling, in the carpet. The burn in the carpet where the bullet hit and ricocheted, but burnt the top of the carpet on the ricochet. So I mean, you can see that a lot of bullets were fired in this hallway.
I'm recording
Can I get
as we go.
Can I get a rough count of, like, did he miss entirely, or did the bullets, are we talking through and throughs?
Okay, so what you can tell, make me a luck roll. Let's just say making me a luck roll. What are the rest of you guys looking at while Joe is looking at bullet holes and things?
I'm looking specifically for any sign of occult activity at all that might have drawn this, for lack of a better word, zombie to this house.
Okay. Did we get any votes on poll number 2?
I will check.
All right. And Flick, what are you looking for?
Yes.
I have started a second EVP session recording, and I'm gonna go look around where the body snackage happened.
Okay, that would be down the hall the way Joe's moving towards the bathroom. Brandy, are you looking at anything specifically, or are you just kind of taking in the whole environment?
Well, I haven't got in the house yet because I'm sort of interested. It seemed like the fence was pushed in towards the house.
Yes, that is correct.
So, do I see any tracks or anything in the grass or the surrounding areas leading up to it? None at all? Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I thought I'd already said that. No.
Maybe you did and I missed it. Sorry. Well, then I will follow them inside and see if I can see any things on the floor that seem out of place. I know there's bullet holes, but is there any other material or flesh or things like that laying around?
Okay. So what? I'll go through, and Joe, I'll get to you last.
Okay.
So, on your way down the hall, you glance into the kitchen, and you can see the chalk outline, where obviously the assailant, as the deputy calls it, died or fell. And you move down the hall, and you can see into the bathroom. There's a chalk outline where a person, and you're assuming it was the woman, had fallen and was between the tub and the sink. Her upper body was between the tub and the sink, and then the legs, the chalk design of the legs is sticking out into the bathroom itself. So maybe fell and died there. You're not real sure. Not like they were hiding. I'll say that. It's not like they were hiding. It's that's just where they ended up.
Yeah. Is there any blood, you think?
Yes, I'll get to that. Alex, you do find a book on magic spells. It even says magic spells.
I will pick it up and start leafing through it.
Okay, it is New Age garbage. It has nothing to do with real occult. You know that from your extreme occult score. That this is one of those, Ooh, a magic spells book. You find it like Barnes and Nobles. Yep. Brandy, when you come in, you notice the way the carpet has been torn up. So it's obvious that the door was forced and the corner of the door got caught in the carpet and tore the carpet as it was moving forward, which means it was an immense amount of force.
Right.
More than one person should be able to do.
So maybe there's more than one assailant.
Could be. Would explain how there's only a dead body that's rotted if there was actually another person. But why they would carry a dead body doesn't make sense. But yes, it definitely looks like it would take more than one person to push the door, because essentially the top came in first, and then the lock pushed out, and it just scraped the whole door to the side along the carpet, tearing it up.
Where's the
Joe!
phone? Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead. What was
Where's
saying,
the
Brandon?
phone in proximity to the door? Can you see?
You don't see it by the door.
Okay.
Joe, how did you do?
I did not succeed.
Okay. From your years of knowledge and years of expertise in the field, I will say you can tell that some of the shots were misses, to be expected in a situation where you're backing away quickly from an assailant, and that you don't have to worry about the backstop.
Right.
You can pretty much fire at will because there's nowhere that anybody else is going to get hit. But you also can see where they had pried the bullets out of the top layer of the drywall, which means it had punched through a target and then hit the drywall. So it didn't have enough force to go all the way through the drywall and into another room or into the structure of the house. Those you can see where it didn't punch through the other room, they've actually cut open the drywall to get to the bullet in the wall. You know, if it was like stuck in the wood behind the wall, you know, a stud or something.
Okay.
That's what you can tell. You don't know how many, you're not sure, but there were definitely a couple of hits there. And there's no blood splatter.
Yeah, it might have been a through and through, but you know,
there's no blood splatter.
I was gonna say, and this is not, you know, like he was just wildly spraying or anything like that. He obviously was firing at something.
Yes. In rapid fire, which, you know, and backing up would really mean that you're kind of shooting up and down as well.
Yeah.
But there's no blood where the bullets impacted the walls. There's no blood on the ground. There's nothing. I want you to make me a spot hidden. Oh wait, what is your spot hidden? I can tell you.
Spot hidden is.
I got it. So you don't see any blood, but maybe there's something on his bullets, because there's kind of like a purple stain, like a very light purple stain on the wall where the bullet struck.
And this is not anything that would normally be used. You know, it wouldn't normally come from anything that was being done with the CSI or anything like that.
Unless they're doing something, they could be doing something different. Who knows? But there's not even enough there to really know. It's just a slight discoloration in the white. If it wasn't on white, you wouldn't know. You would never have seen it. It's like if you accidentally touched your ballpoint pen and it was purple, you know, to the wall, and it just did a tiny little stain to it.
And this is where it's obviously that the bullet impacted after having passed through something.
That's what you think, yes.
Okay.
All right, so for the bathroom, because I'm assuming you all will eventually all look at the bathroom, where the lady died, Mrs. Pendergrass died. You can see that there is blood in the bathroom, and it's all down where the legs were, and a tiny little bit behind the toilet and the wall. So like they may have struck their head on the way down, maybe a little bit, or it was already bloody and it wiped off. But the blood that's the large amount of blood is on the ground where the legs are.
Like the thigh, or
Yes.
So maybe they
They were getting
somehow
eaten here.
incapacitated her and then
well,
just let her
one
bleed
thing,
out.
the one thing we heard was that she had the blunt force trauma, which, you smack your head against the toilet, or you
Yeah.
smack your head against the sink, that would qualify as blunt force trauma, and that would knock you unconscious at least.
And then that's probably where the zombie was eating her legs.
Zombie.
She must have been real unconscious to sleep through getting eaten.
Or on her way to the exit. Yeah, because that, I mean, you get hit hard enough, depending on where you get hit, it's like you're dead right there. So
Because there was no blood like outside of the bathroom, right? You said it's just the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah. So this would lead us to think that the deputy found found her getting eaten here and then was getting chased out from here.
Yes, and you could assume that from the body location in the kitchen, and that is what he kind of said. You do notice as you look more that the bathroom door, that the where the lock was on the bathroom door, the door frame is broken there. So she was probably hiding in the bathroom, and whoever it was broke the bathroom door in. But again, there's a trail of destruction from the front door of things knocked over. You can see where chairs have been moved out of the way. Like somebody was just pushing stuff out of their way.
And there's
or into somebody else's way.
Is there?
Right.
Are there any footprints in the blood where the pool of blood is by, like, the leg? So that, for example, if the guy was kneeling to eat or whatever, was there any marks on the tile from his shoes?
No, but there was one knee print. And it matches the fabric pattern of the piece of fabric you found out by the fence.
Okay.
So there's a knee print there. But there's no blood. There's no obvious blood anywhere else in the house unless they've already cleaned it up.
I'll take a swab of the blood and put it in a collection bag.
Okay.
And later.
Okay.
Did anyone see anything else outside of this room that was unusual?
I found a book
I'll
spells, but
I'll mention where I saw the purple stain. I don't know. I don't know if it's big enough. If you can get a sample of whatever it was. I don't.
Pull out a scalpel.
Well, looking at the stain, you could take it, but it's so faint.
Okay.
You wouldn't even have seen it if Joe didn't point it out.
Okay.
But it's so faint, and it's in, drywall is very chalky and it absorbs everything and spreads it out, that it's probably so diluted you won't be able to figure out what it is. But you could certainly take a sample.
I'll take it just in case.
Okay.
Well, piece.
can I while they're discussing all this in the bathroom, can I look up construction companies in the area that might have been hired to replace the fence?
No, nobody's been hired. That fence is old and rusted. The only reason
the part of the fence.
No, the only reason, well, actually, it's down in a couple of places where it's just fallen over from time. That place was new, and you could tell that because there was no rust on the links where they had moved.
Right. So how new are we talking?
Like a couple of days before.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to find out is who would have put that in. Because that's where.
No. The rusted fence got knocked over, and as the links moved, they exposed portions of the metal that was not rusted. So it's just small little bits where it would have been between the links, and if the link moved,
so it looks new. It's not actually new.
Yeah, it's not a new fence. It's just new exposed metal that's not rusted.
Okay, now I understand.
Sorry, I thought that was clear. I'm sorry.
My mind was going in a completely different direction.
Yes.
So the door was opened with a lot of force. It seems unrealistic for one person to have done that.
Also, it's not realistic for somebody to get shot 30 plus times.
I don't know. Yeah, I've seen some fellers on PCP and other stuff that you could shoot them with a howitzer and they wouldn't notice it until they bled out and fell over. Yeah. So, it could be that whoever assaulted her was high on something, but I find it interesting that there's no blood around the body that was in the kitchen.
I look at Flick. So, with your extreme knowledge of pharmaceuticals, what do you think they were on?
Well, so you guys haven't really looked at the body and the chalk outline in the kitchen yet. There's just no obvious blood from when you move through the area. When you look closely, there's some more of that purple staining on the floor inside the chalk outline. And I will say that Brandy, because of your ridiculous spot hidden score, you see in the purple staining on the floor a clean spot that looks like reversed initials of MF.
Hey, Flick, can you take a picture of this, please?
Yeah, for sure.
Blow it up.
Yeah, and when you blow it up, it is absolutely, there is a distinct MF, probably from a patch on the chest, like an oval with an MF in it, stitched on patch.
Like a mechanic.
Like a mechanic would have. Yeah.
Did we ever find out the identity of the assailant?
No, he did not know if they had identified the assailant yet.
So
I think we gotta ask the coroner for that stuff.
I'll start looking up garages and other places that would have that MF.
Okay.
That are local.
The only thing you can find, and this is because you're ridiculous when it comes to computers. There is one person in the county that has MF as their initials, and the name is Milton Foyle.
Milton Foyle.
Only one person in the county with MF as their initials?
Yes.
That's impressive. Okay.
It's a lot of the people in the county have the same last name because it's families that have been here for a long, long time.
Milton Floyd.
And in looking further into Milton Foyle, Mr. Foyle, you find out that he died 3 days before he was found dead in his home. 3 days before the murder happened.
So that means that he hadn't been buried yet, probably.
Probably
because
not.
In this backwaters area, they're probably so far behind. So
probably not.
Well, he's not dressed like you would be buried either, right?
Right.
Normally.
Nobody put him in any decent clothes, for the burial. How did he die? Is that listed?
No. You'd again have to go to the coroner's office. It's not electronically.
That's fine.
Available.
I just didn't know if it was like an obituary or anything.
There was no obituary. You just found reference in a news article that longtime resident Milton Foyle had died.
Okay.
Was found dead in his home. No suspicious activity identified.
The coroner, does he double as the funeral home director?
No, he's actually a retired person.
Retired guy from
and he kind of does the coroner stuff as a side gig from his retirement. So he retired and moved to Warrenton to live out his days. And
safe to assume though that Milton was at the coroner's office up until he was found here.
Oh no, Milton was not found. No, well, you don't know if it's Milton. That's true.
I'm making an assumption in my character.
Your assumption is that he should either be in the coroner's office or he should be in a mortuary, if not already buried.
Well, if
He also doesn't
found-
have any family, so it's most likely he's considered a ward of the state, with the body disposal being done by the state.
Well, and
that
also,
could
if
take
he was found dead in his house,
Yes.
if you die without being under doctor's care, you generally do have to have an autopsy done, which means he'd probably be in the coroner's.
So does this mean we have his address now?
The what?
Do we have his address now since you know his name and he's the only one?
You do. You do have an address for Milton Foyle.
Cool. So I just want to point out that this is the same coroner that has basically besmirched our good deputy's name.
Well, I figure, assuming there hasn't been another death, chances are he's probably, since it's not a full-time position, he's probably not there, but one of the coroner's assistants might be, and I've got a note of introduction, so maybe we should head on over to the coroner's office.
Yeah, maybe they could give us some more information.
Can you tell me how far the coroner's office is from here?
It's in what would be considered downtown Warrenton. It's about 20 minutes away.
So far away.
Well, she lives out in the.
Yeah.
You gotta drive around different properties that have been owned forever to get places.
Probably like 5 minutes as the crow flies, but since you got to go all the
That's
way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to get a sample of the stuff in the kitchen or the room.
Yeah, it's easier to get here because you can scrape it off the linoleum.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you can get a more concentrated portion of it.
All
So
right.
Are you picking
you
up
also have
any,
Milton's
sound?
address. Milton actually only lives about 3 minutes away from here.
Okay.
What if we go in teams?
One team
Two
goes to the
folks go
coroner's
check out Milton's house. Two folks go talk to the coroner assistants.
I will say it's never good to split the party.
On board.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I think we should, I mean, I can certainly go talk to the coroner's assistants, but I'd like you to be there, if nothing else, keep an ear out for whether or not they're telling us anything that doesn't sound kosher. And Alex, I kind of like you be there, because if they say something that piques your interest, maybe you can, track it down. I figure it's all been done in paper records. They don't strike me as being real technical here.
Nothing here is being recorded online that I've been able to find. So,
And Flick, I mean, you can go by yourself to this Milton's house, but I wouldn't recommend it.
well, Milton,
Joe,
so
you don't
Milton's is
have a
closer.
nice reason to ask me to go with you?
He's our tech guy. He takes great pictures and records things really well. I got you, Flick.
Yeah. Thanks, friend.
Milton's is closer. Why don't we go there first on our way to the coroner's place?
Okay, I guess we can do that.
Yeah.
The only thing is,
Go to
don't know
Milton.
don't know if he's got any neighbors, or if anybody's from the church lady has shown up to pack up his house or anything. And
Well, from what we
We'll just pop
understand,
by,
they don't
knock
even
on
know
the door,
that
say
he's
hi
related.
if anyone's there.
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
you guys
Flick, what was
talking over
that?
each other. I couldn't hear you. Alex, what'd you say?
I didn't catch it either. I was saying that from what we can tell, nobody knows that Milton's even related to this. So there's no
Yeah,
reason for
Flick.
anybody to be there.
You're next. What'd you say?
I said we could just knock on the door, say hi if anyone is there. Give our condolences,
Looking at Google Earth and Google Maps, you can see that there are three other houses on the street that Milton lives off of.
None close. Like,
They're they're within walking distance of Milton's place.
right, but not right next to each other.
they don't.
No, not right next to each other. No, Milton actually lives up off the road. Several hundred feet. Back into the woods.
Long
Isolated.
driveway.
Yeah. So the other houses are more close. One of them is just a house, with a small lot, and what looks like a kennel, a large kennel or something. Another one looks like it has a big barn and horse pastures or cow pastures in it. And so those are the two obvious ones. And the other one just kind of looks like a family home, you know, where there's obviously woods around it. And I mean, you could see the property lines. Most of the property behind, like all the property behind these houses, it is all listed as attached to Milton Foyle's home.
Looking at Google Earth, do we see any like family burial plots or anything like that on the lands?
No, because it's so wooded, except where there's open fields, like where the pastures are. You can't see into them.
Okay. I actually think there's something you might want to check into. Check into the county land records, because that might also say something about his property and whether there's a family funeral plot on it in the land record.
You do know that he has, according to the record, he died with no family. You know that he has no family. County records are paper; they're not yet digitalized.
Okay. Well, certainly we it's one of these things where sort of drive past to see if, there's, as much as we can see up the driveway.
Well, so his house is further back from the road. We won't be able to see his house.
You'd have to go down the driveway to see his house.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking I don't necessarily want to, well, what the hell?
There's nobody there.
Dead.
Well, no, but if the neighbors notice suspicious activity, they might call the sheriff's department.
It's a small town.
We'll just tell them we're here to give our condolences. And
you could also talk to the neighbors if you wanted to. So you have options. You have options.
Okay.
If the paranoid guy is saying don't worry about it, then don't worry.
Okay. Well then.
Wait, which paranoid guy?
Yeah.
Because there's two in this group.
Yeah.
Well, he believes everything, and I'm skeptic. But
fair enough. So where are you going?
So is his house on the direct route to where we got to go to the coroner's office?
It's just so basically you have to turn onto a different road, and then you pass the road that he lives off of.
Okay. So it's not out of the way.
Past the road. Well, I mean, it's less than 3 minutes drive away.
Okay.
It's not. You're not driving in front of his house. The road that his house and the other three houses are on dead end.
It's literally a 5-minute detour house.
Yeah. So there's only one way in, one way out.
All right. Well, let's drive to his house.
All right. So you drive towards his house. You make the turn, and right there on the corner is you see Caldwell Veterinary, and it's a house, but obviously has a vet clinic attached to it. And then what you saw on the map, which looked like kennels, sure enough, they're kennels. So it's probably like a country vet.
Okay.
And going further, you see the home that obviously has a family living in it. It's not a big property, but it's right there on the road. It's cleared. There are some woods. You do see playground equipment, like a built-up playground, but it looks like somebody built it from scratch. And then you get to his road a little bit further down, and when you hang a right onto the road, you go into deep woods, basically. And because these trees haven't been cut down in a long time. And there's deadfalls and things off the road, and you can see where one had fallen across the driveway and had been cut and moved out of the way. And pulling up onto where you could see the house, if you thought the deputy's house was not being maintained, this one looks like it's going to fall down. It is a 2-story home. It is under the canopy of the trees. The trees are so tall that it's completely covered by the trees, which means it doesn't get any sun, so it doesn't really ever truly dry out. Right. And you can kind of smell the vegetation rot, which you'd expect. in an old woods like this. It's like you've almost gone back into the old forest, that you would expect to have found before people moved here. And it is a very ramshackle house in that it looks like nobody's done any maintenance to this house in 50 years, other than to like nail a new board up if a piece of siding fell off. And with that, we'll take our break.
All right.
So, on to the mid-break announcements. Jack, you're up.
So today, we're giving away a 3D print from Make It Real 3D Print. Type !epic once you see the notice in the chat that the raffle is live, which it currently is now. You must be a resident of the US or Canada, excluding Quebec, and you must be a follower to enter. We will continue to take entries until the end of the stream, so be sure to stick around, as you must be present in order to win. If you are not here, we will pick a new winner and go with them. So be sure to stick around and don't miss out.
All right, and Grumpy Lizard, that means you need to redo it because I think it turned off. So just give it another try to make sure that you actually have it. Yeah. All right, so Ben.
And remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the Games Tavern Discord.
Okay, and I messed up the announcements, so Ella, I'm sorry you don't have anything other than don't forget to vote in chat to have an impact on the final part of tonight's investigation. There's only one more thing you can vote on, so and it's a doozy if you take a look at it. And that is all, so we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Awesome. See you soon. Hey everybody, just want to let you know that we are still here, but unfortunately we're experiencing some technical difficulties. As you can see, Fenn's picture over here is looking kind of wonky. So we're gonna
slideshowy.
we're gonna get that fixed, and then we will be right back.
Milton Foyle's house is interrupting Fenn's bandwidth.
We'll be back in a moment.
All right, so we're gonna push on
Hello.
and say,
I lied. We're good. Just wanted to see your face.
You bastard. All right, so since Milton is interrupting Fenn so horribly, we're gonna push on, and hopefully, once they find out what's in Milton's house, it'll stop interfering with Fenn. That's the hope anyway. So welcome back. They had just pulled up to Milton's ramshackle house that looks like it's going to fall down at any moment, just because it's never seen one spot of love and tender care. So you have pulled up in front of Milton Foyle's house. As I said, it is a 2-story building. It is nothing like the palatial estate the deputy was living on. But from Google Earth, and you know, you can see that this house has about 100 acres of land attached to it.
When we get out, you said it was like old growth forest.
Yes.
Do I hear normal forest stuff? Birds?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But I mean, you have like the trees that are like 100+ years old. I mean, you know, you've got really old woods.
Right, but I'm not hearing like dead silence.
No.
All puns intended.
No dead silence for you.
What? Still gonna to get out the shotgun and load in some shells.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so when you get up close to the house, because I assume you're going to approach the front door.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just checking. You can see that it's being used, or has been used recently, the front door. But, I mean, it's not like somebody is taking care of this house.
Just in case.
There's no answer.
I'm
Who
gonna
are you expecting to answer the door? He doesn't have any family.
Well, if like the church ladies were over here, helping to pack up or something, I
There
don't
are no
know.
cars. I'll just say that. There's no cars here.
Okay. Is the door locked?
No.
I'm gonna pull my 9mm out of my bag and stick it in my.
God, does everybody here have a gun but me?
Sounds like it.
I'm not gonna lie, I do have a 22 long rifle, so.
I'm walking around with fucking military over here.
No, Flicks is just a varmint rifle.
Yeah, 22 won't stop a charge in a hamster. I'll open the door. Tactical entry.
And you open the door and it goes. It hasn't seen any oil in 100 years.
All right.
So anybody that was in there now knows you're there.
Okay. Well, hello, the house. Anybody in here?
I'm gonna get my SLS camera out and start recording.
Okay.
I just walk right past her and just start like looking around and start digging through things.
Okay. Sure. And what you see, what you'll see on the bottom floor, is there's a living room, a kitchen, TV room, and a bathroom. There's not a lot. As I said, it's a small house. There's a few journals of like medicine, some old newspapers in the living room.
The article saying which room he was found in?
It did not.
Okay.
We may want to glove up again. We do not know what this guy died of. Well,
I want to
Well,
glove up
now.
anyway because I don't feel like leaving, DNA samples everywhere.
Yeah, I'm always wearing gloves. I don't leave fingerprints anywhere.
Flick.
Alex burned his all off. Of course I want some gloves, Brandy!
Mine have been acid etched off, but I don't take any chances.
When you press down, does it say like life and death or? Anyway, so in the rest of the downstairs, the TV room has a recliner with an old tube style television with an antenna on it, so you don't know how long it's been since anybody's watched television. But the kitchen is just, really old stuff, but still functional. There is food in the cupboards. I don't know if you want to open the fridge, but there's definitely food in the cupboards.
There's no bedrooms on this level?
No.
Okay, well,
But I do need, at some point soon, poll number 3. I hope you guys picked a good one.
Well, you said he died 3 days ago, right? So he was here not too long ago, in theory.
That's correct. Well, he was found 3 days ago.
3 days. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs.
They didn't say how long he'd been dead.
Wait, there'd be a smell, maybe, right?
Well, it does not smell good in here. I mean, it really does
It
not
was
smell
like
good
mold,
in
you
here.
said, right?
Moldy, old.
Mildew, musty.
Does it look like there's any like little office spaces or anything?
No. There's a door that obviously goes into a basement level, and then there's a set of stairs that go upstairs. And
Do
I'm
we know
sorry,
what
if
building-
you gave me the signal, I missed it. On
I didn't, but it is currently. Doesn't look like it's going to change, so it is number 2.
oh, good, that's a great one. All right,
I'm going to
So-
open up the. Is there a door to the stairs downstairs, basement?
oh, there is.
I'm gonna open that up and see if the smell of like death hits me or anything.
No, just old moldy smell. And Joe, you start heading upstairs.
Yeah.
And the stairs creak and make every single one of them is making noise. They're all loose.
Okay. Well, I'm going up on the inside edge of the stairs then. So I don't,
Okay.
in case.
They're not breaking. They're just they're loose because they've been nailed down a long time ago.
Right.
I'm going downstairs.
Okay, we'll get to you in a second.
I'm just looking for the bedroom to see if, there's any
Okay.
evidence of crime scene activity, like where they came to take the body or anything like that.
So when you get upstairs, there are three doors. 2 of them go to bedrooms and one of them goes to the bathroom. Now let me ask this question. Flick, you have somebody going upstairs. and you have somebody who's opened a door and appears to be going downstairs. Which way do you go?
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm in.
Brandy. Same question.
Oh my goodness. I hate to leave anybody by themselves, so I guess I'll go upstairs.
Gosh.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
all right.
Lord.
This is gonna get
Ended
fun.
up splitting up the party anyway.
Oh, well, that's fine. At least you're in the same place. All right, so we'll start off. When you get upstairs, as I said, there are 3 doors. The first door you open is to an old style bathroom. You know, it's got the old porcelain tub with the shower that goes the shower curtain goes all the way around it. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned in forever. I mean, it's not like filthy, but it's just like it's never been cleaned.
Right.
But now we're gonna go down to the basement because something's about to happen.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. All right, so as you are going down the stairs, there's a light switch. I mean, there is power in this building, and it is dark outside the windows because of the shade of the trees. So when you start going downstairs, there's no windows that you could guess because you're not seeing any light before you turn the light switch on. I'm assuming you're going to turn the light switch on.
Yeah, I would try to turn the light switch on.
Okay. Well, as you move downstairs, you get the smell of paper, like old paper,
Okay.
and then you feel something run up your leg, onto your back, and perch on your shoulder. Now,
Oh.
Flick, I need a sanity roll, please.
Oh man.
I'm so glad Joe's
Because
not,
Flick, you see it.
I'm so glad Joe is not in the basement.
Okay. I got a 37.
Okay, so Flick, you don't completely freak out, but this is not what you expected at all when you started going down the stairs. What you see, as best as you can tell, imagine if somebody were to put together 4 sets of hands, 4 hands, right? And then let it crawl around, and sitting on top of the 4 hands, because the hands are like this and like this, and sitting right here is a cat head. And it goes, meow.
Oh no.
And Alex's ears.
So immediately when it starts crawling up my leg and gets up to my shoulder, I am going to jump and scream like a little girl.
Okay, that's fair, but you hear a meow.
And absolutely, and then I will continue screaming as I fall down the rest of the stairs.
That's fair. I will also give you a point of damage for that.
Sure.
Flick, it's absolutely amazing the dexterity of this hand cat, or whatever the hell it is. It is able to ride him down the stairs like an expert log roller.
Oh, where does it
In a
land?
log rolling competition. It's always staying on top. It's not going to fall off.
Where does it land? When I end up on the ground.
We'll get to that in just a second. Now, Flick, I know you made your sanity roll, but this thing is moving with an unnatural dexterity that even a cat can't say what happened. So I am going to penalize you, but I'll let you decide how bad it is. Alex, when you hit the ground, I mean, you feel this thing has walked all over you as you fall. I mean, and it's not like, even though it meowed at you,
I haven't seen
it's
it yet.
not. No, you haven't seen it, but what you feel are more than 10 little feet or something at any one time. And you the terror in your mind is that there's got to be more than 10.
Okay, so
But-
I landed face down, planted
And
here. Where is it?
it's on the back of your head.
Like, what the hell? What is
And
it?
it goes,
What is it?
Oh my
Get
god.
it off.
Wait, Fen, what did you say, Flick?
That is a fucked up cat, my man.
And as you're doing that, it runs away and disappears around the corner of a desk.
Oh, it didn't give me a
So
high
you don't
five.
actually ever see it. And you two upstairs can hear a lot of loud thumping, maybe some wood cracking, because it is old rotten wood.
Did we hear the high girly squeal?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Over those two things, yes. And then
Was
get
that
it
out?
off of me! Get it off of me! And
All right.
that's a weird cat.
All right.
Does he have a phobia against cats? Like,
I don't know, but I'm guessing the boys found something downstairs. So here we go. And she'll go basically trotting down the stairs to the door to the basement.
Okay. Flick, do you actually go down, or are you just standing where you are?
I'm just frozen on the stairs, top of the
Okay,
stairs,
fair enough.
looking at my man down there and the messed up cat that just jumped off him.
Yeah, and Alex, I assume. Well, Alex, make me a sanity roll, and then I'll get back to you. So Joe and Brandy, Flick is standing in the middle of the stairs, not moving. Just not going up, not going down, just standing there, and you really can't see past Flick.
are you okay?
Okay, well, I will push Flick to the side, let Brandy deal with him, and I keep going down the stairs.
Okay, so you're gonna start going down the stairs. Make me a dex roll, please, and I'll get back to you.
All right.
So Alex, how'd you do?
45 out of 30.
Oh, that's not good for you. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely freaking out. Because you don't know what it was, but that was not a cat. You've had cats walk on you and you hated it, but that was not a cat.
I pull out of my backpack a bunch of flares. I start throwing them into the corners of the room, wherever it's dark.
Okay, after you throw the first one, you realize you've thrown it into a pile of papers.
That's not good.
That the entire room down here is full of papers.
Not anymore.
Not just newspapers, all kinds of papers. and you realize that after you throw the first one. So I will give you the chance to go stomp it out if you are brave enough.
Did I hear the direction that whatever was on my head? Did I hear which direction it went to?
Yeah, that's the direction you threw the flare.
That would be what I was saying. Does it illuminate anything other than the paper?
No.
I throw another.
Okay. Well, no, I mean it illuminates that. The lights are on in the room.
So am I seeing like just stacks of paper, like different types of paper,
Yeah,
or is it just
all kinds
really
of
like
stacks of paper.
mounds of stuff everywhere?
Not mounds, stacked.
Okay.
Like somebody put them in stacks.
Like hoarder stacks or just
No, just varying heights of stacks.
Organized.
Some of it is newspapers, some of it is books, folders, magazines. I mean, the lights are on down here, so you can see.
So are the stacks like organized? Then? They look
You
organized.
can't tell till you go look at them. I mean, but they're not. It's not like
Okay.
somebody just threw a pile down and just built a pile. There's like a stack.
I don't understand what you got against cats, but I'm gonna run down and try to stomp out the flare
Okay,
because I don't know what
now
you're
we're
trying to
gonna
kill
get
this
to Joe.
cat.
Hold on, we're gonna get to Joe. Joe, because his immediate reaction was not to put out the fire. Joe,
I got a good success. I'm gonna head for where the flare is to stomp it out.
hold on. He chucks the flare as you're doing what you're doing.
Okay.
So the reason I wanted you to make a dex check was because I did say you heard the boards cracking even upstairs, but they broke under you. And so you actually went through the stairs and down. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, it's just dirt, like a dirt ramp under the stairs, because it wasn't like carved out under the stairs. So you're kind of half in the stairs, half above the stairs.
Okay.
So you're going to have to pull yourself out. But fortunately, you didn't fall and go farther, like face first, through more boards into the understairs. So we'll get to that. And that's when you hear the whoosh and see the red flare of red light of a flare go up.
What the hell?
And gets, and you see it. You could see it flying across the room, and it lands onto a stack of newspapers.
So
Somebody put that thing out.
I did roll an idea roll to see if I
Yeah.
would catch myself, and I would go and pick it up. I got a 29 out of 75. So yeah, I'll go and pick up the flare and try to stop.
Okay, and you're gonna stomp out the papers or do something to try and get them out.
I'll smother.
Okay. I will say. What's your luck?
Thank you for the cheer, Grumpy Lizard.
I will say that you are able to get the fire out, but it's smoky down here, as well as gloom. Now it's gloomier than it was.
I'm still holding the flare.
Oh no, I know, but now there's smoke, not just from the burning paper, but also from the flare. The flare's put on a copious amount of smoke.
Absolutely.
And it's not a high ceiling here. It's maybe 8.5 feet. But looking around, and Joe, I'm assuming you're trying to pull yourself out of the stairs.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you're a small lady, and you aren't wedged in the stairs. But while you're pulling yourself out of the stairs, you feel something scuttle over your feet. And I do use the word scuttle,
I kick
like
it.
multi-limbed scuttling.
I kick it.
Okay. You kick. And you kick the stair in front of you with your shin.
Ow.
So I'm gonna say you're gonna take a point of damage because shins always hurt terribly.
Okay.
And you're gonna be limping a little bit for a little while. But
Okay.
you hear after you kick a meow, a cat meow.
What the hell? Y'all freaked out over a cat?
Well, you just
Climbed
freaked
on
out
my
over
head.
a cat.
Well, I didn't know what it was when I kicked it.
Yes. Brandy, what are you doing? I mean, Flick, are you shaking it off, or are you still just kind of like, well?
Yeah, I forgot I was actually holding my little camera thing. So I start waving it around and I say, "Wait, Brandy, look at this before you go down there."
Brady, you're trying to look at it, and Flick's just
I'm shaking uncontrollably.
It's a cat. Hold still.
That's not a cat. Roll me a sanity roll. That's no cat.
So now that I've put out the fire and I'm seeing the newspapers, can I tell what they are?
Yeah, we'll get to that after Joe can pull herself out of the stairs. You actually look around and you see that Joe is half in, half out of the staircase.
I throw her the flare. Here, hold this.
I've got a rifle and there's a mag light on the pickaninny.
Well, I still
Yeah,
throw
well, I
it to
mean
you.
the lights are on in here, but you
Yeah,
know
I
it's
don't
still
need
in
a
the
flare.
smoke now. From the flare.
Yeah.
I still throw it at Joe.
Okay, Brandy, how'd you do?
36.
Okay, so you see what would essentially be if you took 4 hands and stuck them together like this, you know, around in a circle with a little cat head stuck in the middle.
That can't be real.
And then in the next frame, you see that as Alex is falling and rolling, you can watch this thing scuttle. And I use the word scuttle because it's a lot of legs moving and staying directly on top of Alex no matter how he rolls.
The cat head staring back at them the whole time.
No, it was actually looking down the stairs.
There's
Okay,
nothing.
Joe, he throws a flare at you. You
I'll-
catch it.
If I can, I mean,
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, you're a tough lady. I'm sure you could catch it.
Okay, well, I catch it, and then I'm like, and what am I supposed to do with this?
Okay, so now I want you to. So what is your dex? Just curious.
70.
Okay, I will say that you can catch it. Now, Brandy, you're staring at this thing, and all of a sudden, there's a bright red light coming at your face
I'm gonna try
behind
to.
the camera.
I'm gonna try to grab Flick and run back up the stairs, like, because I don't know what's coming at us right now.
Okay, I could see that. I could see Flick falling down, and you dragging poor Flick up the stairs. It was just the flare light coming closer, but you know you're a little freaked out by what you saw.
Yeah.
So, it's movie magic or something. You know, maybe Flick had a filter on his camera.
No, man,
but
I'm 100% honest and integral investigator.
that's a hell of a filter. That's all I can say. Joe, you've got the flare. That's going to impede your ability to get out.
Can I put the flare on the stairs, or do I think it'll catch the stairs on fire?
No, you think it won't. You think it'll be fine to put it on the stairs while you get out.
Well, I put it on one of the steps, and I continue to pull myself out.
Okay, you can easily get out now that there's no cat scuttling across your feet.
What the hell are you all up to?
And you can see that Brandy has just pulled Flick around the corner at the top of the stairs and out the door. You know, Flick was actually on his stomach, being yanked up the stairs by his hands. And his camera is attached to his vest with a cord, and so the camera's bouncing up the stairs behind him and around the corner. But it's in a shock absorbent box, so it's probably
I haven't seen the hand cat or anything like that, so I'm gonna keep going down the stairs.
Are you gonna get the flare out of the basement?
Yeah, I mean, are all the floors hardwood or
Dirt.
Dirt?
Oh,
Okay,
downstairs it's dirt. Upstairs it's wood.
Okay, is there a clear space where I could drop the flare?
Yes, but the downstairs is going to fill with smoke. That's
Okay.
the problem. It's not the flare.
I yell
the flare's
up
putting
to
out.
Brandy. I say, "Get this thing out of the house!" And I toss it up into the hallway.
Oh no, it's following us.
So the red light that you were running from just bounces off the door, and you recognize that it's a flare. Why somebody's throwing a flare up the stairs at you, you have no idea, other than get that out of the house.
I'm gonna get that out of the house.
All right, so the flare is gone, and I will say that you can all get into the basement. The hand cat gets everybody. All right, so you do keep hearing scuttling, like behind the woods, behind the stacks of paper and stuff, and you hear a meow every so often.
I'm going to start like knocking the stacks over, searching for this cat that climbed up on my head.
Okay. So while you're knocking things around and with your luck, I'll say, you actually find a headless cat corpse that behind one of the stacks that's old and dried and is really just skin and bones.
It's like mummified.
Yeah, it's like the maggots have been finished with it and all they left behind was the skin and bones. But there's no head on that cat.
Is there like a cage or down here?
Not that you can find, but I'll tell you what's down here. Since you're kind of wandering around looking for this cat thing. There's all kinds of paperwork down here. Obviously he was a pack rat when it came to paper things. There's newspaper stacks that, you know, go back years and years and years and years. There's old bills, you know, there's books on anatomy. There's all kinds of stuff. If you want to look through them, I would like a library use roll from each and every one of you, and this is going to take a while.
I'm more
While they're
focused on
doing that,
finding the cat.
I was going to say, while they're doing, y'all look for anything important. I'll find the damn cat.
Well, so Alex, with your luck skill, you're able to figure out where the cat is and knock over a pile of newspapers on top of it, so it can't move. But it's under the pile, and you can hear it.
Using the newspaper to kind of corral it. I will grab it and then I will walk upstairs with it.
So you pick up a scoop of papers.
Yep.
With a cat inside of it. Meow, meow, meow. And so Joe, he's going past you with a bundle of newspapers with a cat mewing inside.
It might have fleas. I don't want the fleas, so.
Whatever.
Okay.
All right. So what have we
Well,
got?
so,
down
well, you're
here?
able to get it upstairs. How are you going to get it out? What are you going to? You just going to throw it? What are you going to do?
So are Brandy and Flick still upstairs?
No, they're
Oh,
downstairs.
they went downstairs. Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
you.
we all came down.
Well, so how did you guys react to me grabbing the cat? The cat.
Well, I figure it's just a cat that you grab the cat.
Right.
Yeah,
But
no, Brandy and Fleming,
Flick know what it is.
Brandy and Flick though have seen it.
So, Brandy, how do you react?
Well, I don't have to see it right now, right? It's under a bunch of papers.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
holding
but it
in
looks like
paper.
Alex is is grabbed it and is going towards the stairs to leave.
Which is good because I'm trying to look through this stuff to find information, right?
Yeah. You don't want to know if what was videoed was real?
I'm looking through the papers.
Okay. It could be the
And it's not down here
biological
anymore, so that's
missing
good for
link.
me.
But it could be the biological missing link.
Well, don't kill it. Like,
Flick, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna let him go? Are
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
try to
follow him?
say,
What are you gonna do?
be careful with it, dude. It's freaky, but like, it's an animal. Be careful.
Don't let it
well, that's
bite
what you
you.
go right upstairs with this bundle of mewing papers. And what do you do with this bundle of mewing papers? I mean, you could throw it into the bathroom and shut the door. Or you could throw it out in the living room. You could throw it outside. It's your choice. Or put it down and see what happens.
Well, so like I will like hold it like under from the bottom and start like to remove some of the paper so I can kind of see what
Okay.
The actual cat.
Yes.
And then I guess I will see something that's not a cat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You need to make a sanity roll because what comes out of that paper is not what you were hoping for.
I got a 15.
Oh, that's not good. Let's
Not
see
good.
here.
How much sanity did I lose off the last one?
Well, I mean, it's not good that you're seeing this thing.
Okay. I was like, wow, did I lose half my sanity from one thing?
No, but yeah. So what happens is you start peeling off the papers, and it's moving and mewing the whole time. And the first thing that pops out is a cat's head, but it's not a fresh cat's head. It's kind of weathered.
It looks like it would match the cat body that I found.
Yeah, but it's not as decomposed as the body was. It's kind of zombified in the sense that it's kind of dried out, mummified sorta, but yet it's still moving, and it's got like glassed over eyes. They're like the fogged over eyes, but you can see that they're focusing on you, and it goes meow.
I put the paper back.
Okay.
I reach into my backpack again, grab another flare,
Okay.
light it.
Okay. And just slam it into the paper.
Yep.
Are you doing this inside the house?
Yes.
Okay. What are you gonna do now that the paper is in your hands on fire?
I'm going to hold it to the base of the cat skull until it stops mewing, and then I'm gonna drop it into the sink.
Okay. Eventually the jaw on the cat will fall off, and that's when it stops mewing.
That's when I drop
But
it
it's
into
still
the sink.
twitching and moving around, and its eyes have popped, and its ears have burned off.
Okay, so then I will put it into the
But
sink and hold it
if
down
it's
with the
moving,
flare.
it could just be twitching. You're not real sure.
I will hold it down with the flare, with the hot side down on it, in the sink until it stops
Okay.
moving.
Okay. Well, it stopped moving.
And I will hold it there until the flare goes out.
All right. So 30 minutes, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Or 15 minutes. Excuse me. Probably only a 15-minute flare.
Or until
All
they
right.
come back upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, well, they're going to be down there for a while.
Okay.
So I need a library use from the three of you.
There's a reason why we have disclaimers at the beginning of the show.
No, failed it.
No, I find nothing.
45, and I have a 50 library use. So
Okay, perfect. So what you find, I mean, there's just all kinds of, I mean, there's just so much stuff here. You could spend weeks looking through this stuff. But Brandy, you notice, you know, maybe it was your incredible spot roll, who knows, but with your library use, you notice that where there's stacks of books, so things kind of were organized, like papers are over here, you know, things, other magazines are over here, and it's like, you know, the entire National Geographics, you know, magazines. Where there were books, you found a stack of, best way to put it is stack of log books, and you know, you found log books and a stack of other like manila tablets.
Yeah.
You know,
We
legal
talking
notepad like
logbooks or-
looking things.
Yeah.
We talking
And
log-
the logbook seems to talk about the receival of bodies. And as you dig through this logbook, you can kind of tell that this runs over like the last 3 years, and that you would say, because it's not really in order, there's all kinds of other things in here, but you find references to at least 31 bodies.
Holy moly.
And there's the word expired next to all but 13. And next to one of them, you can see scribbled into like the side, it says Campbell Mortuary, Waldorf, Maryland.
Like they came from there?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll take
Now there could be more bodies in here, but that's what you found.
I'm gonna take them all and put them in my bag. So we have this
I mean,
evidence.
it's just one book.
Oh,
That's
okay.
one book. The manila, or I'm sorry, the legal notepads,
Yeah.
they're a little different.
Okay.
It's a stack of notepads, and there are loose papers kind of stuffed between their pages. And in there you find 3 of them that are just filled with writing. Front, back of pages, margins in the pages have notes. And looking at the first page of the first one of what was obviously the earliest one used, it says, if you're reading this book, then it is clear I am expired. Good luck with what I've found, and may you have much success in our quest for immortality.
Our quest. He uses the plural.
Yes.
Right. Flip through a little more.
And there are notes kind of like jammed in between certain pages.
So, go ahead.
I was
Alex,
just
you can be part of this now. I mean, you know, the 4 of you can look through these notepads if you want, and you don't have to do it here in the basement.
Are these, you know, like lab notes type of logbooks, like experimental notes?
Some of it, yes. Some of it is like theoretical information. Some of it just doesn't make any sense. You know, there's a lot of chemistry involved. There's definitely some occultism involved.
I was going to ask
You
if
know,
I can
Alex
make an
can
occult roll
point
to see
out
if
some
I knew
of the
anything.
occult stuff. Brandy can point out, you know, the chemistry and biology stuff. But what really sticks out in your mind, or what kind of flies off the page, is that it refers to batches. And the batches are referring to fluids used in some kind of mystical ritual, maybe. You know, it's really hard. You know, it's gonna take some serious digging to really understand it. But
Probably that purple stuff that you collected a sample of earlier.
you can see that the formulas, as it goes through the different batches, gets more complex. And there, when you get to batch 34, you can see where obviously whoever was writing this, you're assuming it was Milton, is writing, I think I'm very close. This last batch was great, but it had an unexpected side effect. Batch number 34, it appears to have been 100% infectious transfer rate by bite. But I have an idea on how to fix this, and there's some notes next to batch number 35, but it was like not complete.
Now you said that there were 30 bodies, and that next to some number of them was expired. So
Brandy was able to determine that there were 31 bodies. Now there may be more, that she found 31 in the book, in the log book, easily identifiable as bodies. Now there's other things in there that talk of purchases, but it doesn't sound like human body, but you're not sure. And all but 13 of those had the word expired written next to them, obviously at a later time, because the ink may be a different color or it's a different kind of pen.
Okay.
There were 13 that were not expired, though. That
you don't see a message that says expired.
Right.
There's
And then-
what? Names in them?
There's no names.
Okay.
Except for the mortuary. There's a reference to the mortuary.
Yes, Campbell Mortuary in, Waldorf, Maryland.
Maybe we should give him a call.
Well, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This guy apparently is, when it comes to record keeping and pack ratting, he's like, top of the class. Are there any invoices? I'm now specifically looking to see if there are any invoices or shipping records or anything like that.
That's the logbook that you found. That's what Brandy found, was the logbook that has what could be considered invoices, where somebody's not specifically saying received one body,
But we
How
received.
long were
They
these
received
dated? How long were
I'm sorry.
When were they dated? Like, is there anything recent?
Within the last 3 years. The last one was 4 months ago, maybe.
Okay.
Because there's more logs after that of various things, and it's obvious that he's not always writing in straight English, that there may be some kind of code to it, but you're not sure. But Joe, what was your question?
Well, what I'm trying to get at is the where it says, received from. The from is this Campbell Mortuary.
There was only one body that actually had that, and it was written in the edge that said Campbell Mortuary, Waldorf, Maryland.
Okay.
There was only one of them.
Right. Do we know what this guy did for a living?
No. Nope.
We don't know what his job was or anything
He
like
even had
that.
a job.
Yeah.
This
Can
is
we
pretty
find any?
advanced chemistry.
I mean, can we find tax records or?
The records you find for bills are for like electricity. He has a well, so he doesn't need water. Doesn't have city water. Property taxes. I mean, it takes you a long time to find these, but you can find like property taxes, receipts, and things like that.
But nothing related to income. Any indication of maybe what he did for a living, or was he living off a trust, or?
Not that you could find, no.
May have to go back and talk to the deputy, because deputy said he knew him. He said the only one that he knew that had the initials was this Milton guy. So,
Well, does this look like a location where you would do experimentation like this here?
No,
I mean, this is
not at all.
Yeah, so this isn't where the experimenting was going on. He had some sort of experiment here, but so it's being done somewhere else. Yeah.
What was that, Alex?
I still think the coroner's in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the coroner probably has something to do with the supplying
Well, we can. Hopefully, it's not too late to go talk to the coroner's assistant. Chances are they may be closed by now, but we can
How
find
long have
out.
we been here?
Couple hours. I mean, the sun's probably getting ready to go down.
Yeah, so it's only like 4 o'clock.
Do you still have the cat thing? I mean,
No, no, I might have burned that thing.
Oh man, I told you to be nice to it.
So where are we currently having this conversation?
Basement?
Downstairs, yeah, I think. So.
Okay. I say hold that thought, and I go back upstairs and I find the burned remains of the
It's not there.
of the cat head that fell off.
It's not there.
None of it's there.
Only the jaw fell off. So you find the jaw. The lower
I
jaw.
bring the jaw back down. This is all that's
It's
left.
a charred jaw.
Where's
about
the rest of it?
hands? Weren't there hands? Like we could maybe identify the bodies. Do you have those still? Like where were they?
Yeah, maybe we could have
I think
fingerprinted.
they got up and walked away.
But you know, you live and you learn, Alex. This
Wait,
we all
wait,
make
wait, wait, wait,
mistakes.
wait. Time out. There were hands on
Oh
a...
wait, you didn't see it.
cat.
Let me see the show.
Show her the video.
No. That's okay. I don't need to see
To
it.
answer your question, yes, there were hands on the cat.
And you just went up and you
I burnt the
thought
shit
you
out of it.
killed it. You thought you killed it, but the it ain't there.
I held
left
a burning flare on its head until it stopped moving and the flare went out.
But
And
now
then
it's
when you
gone.
went
And
back
then I
up,
came downstairs.
and then when you went back up,
There's nothing but the jawbone.
So
Which had fallen
It either
off during
moved-
the burning.
it either moved on its own or something moved it, right?
I don't love either one of those options, to be honest.
I'm not loving those options either. But
No,
did
I
we
thought
hear
they
anything
did.
moving around upstairs while we were looking?
No, not really. No.
'Cause, I mean, this
Man,
house
we should
creaks.
get out of here. I
I
don't
think
wanna-
if anything moved, we'd
Yeah, but
hear
I mean, if it's only 4 hands, it's not very heavy.
it. But I'm just saying, that's the point I'm trying to get at, is that if something else had moved it, we probably would have heard somebody walking around upstairs, something walking around upstairs. The fact that we didn't hear anyone walking around upstairs means
Do we feel like we have found everything we're going to find?
I'm thinking
You don't know.
this
There
house
could be
needs,
more down here.
I feel like we
There's
found
weeks
everything
of
we-
research down here. Brandy accidentally found something that was useful.
part
We
of me
can
is
always come
thinking
back
we just
later.
burned the house to the ground.
So my
That
question
was my
is,
plan.
who wants to go upstairs first?
I mean,
Upstairs.
I went back upstairs already once. I want to leave.
And you haven't even finished looking at the upstairs. You only came downstairs.
Yeah, I hadn't.
There's bedrooms upstairs,
had-
or you think they're
I'd
bedrooms.
seen the bathroom upstairs, but which
Now,
didn't look like it had
One
been.
of those bedrooms could have been a laboratory. You don't know.
We need to go check.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys do that.
Okay. Again, just stay behind me so
yeah.
that I don't accidentally shoot your asses.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You guys go. I'll keep on looking down here.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Okay, I'm getting out of here. And then I go upstairs with Joe.
Okay, so Alex, you're staying in the basement.
Yes. About
Okay.
5 minutes after they go up, I set the place on fire.
You're gonna set the basement on fire. You pyromaniac. All right, so when you go upstairs, you go all the way upstairs.
Oh. Joe would have recommended you bring the logbook with you.
Yeah, I grabbed all of the evidence and put it in my bag. I said
Okay.
that.
Okay, so when you go upstairs, you're looking around every corner. You're looking behind every piece of furniture as you're moving around, waiting for a headless cat to jump out at you. Or no, a jawless cat, burnt to jump out at you. You do smell burnt hair
Burnt fur.
and burnt flesh when you get to the bottom floor. It's not as powerful up the stairs, but you know, if he burned it for 15 minutes, you would think that most of the smell would be downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, and it smells terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
horrifically terrible. So you go upstairs, and yeah, that's it. See, Fen, you got it. Flick is absolutely in the right frame there. You go upstairs, and you open the first door, and in that room is a bed, dresser, and there's cobwebs all over this room like it's never been used. It's obviously a bedroom that's never been used.
Okay. So there's no tracks in the dust on the floor or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Shut that door. Go to the last door.
All right. You go and open the last door. And of course, you know, it creaks menacingly as you open it.
Of course.
And in there is a king-size down bed with paintings on the walls. And, you know, there's a dresser. There's no closet, so you have the big wardrobe
All right.
in the room as well. And this
Okay.
room actually looks like it's been used.
Okay. Move over to the wardrobe
Mhm.
and open the wardrobe.
Well, as you start to open the wardrobe, you hear some scratching noises from inside the wardrobe, like something scratching,
Okay.
like a finger scratching the inside wood of the door.
I pull out my gun.
Okay.
You hear a car door
Again,
slam from outside.
Yeah, you
I
do hear a
back
car
up.
door slam from outside, and you smell.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Is it the
Anyway.
cat?
No, that's paper smoke I'm smelling. That's wood smoke. That ain't cat smoke. I'll just fling the door open, shotgun at the ready.
Nothing in there. It was all your imagination.
Guess
At
we
least it
gotta
must
run
have been all your
outside.
imagination. You were expecting there to be a bony finger scraping down the inside of the wardrobe,
All
but
right.
there's nothing there that you can see. Although when you do look back across the room, the pictures that are on the wall, there's 3 of them. They look. It's a shame Alex isn't there because it's definitely up his alley. They look voodoo-ish. Is the only way that comes to your brain.
Well, I'll take my
I'm
phone,
gonna
take a
grab the
picture
paintings
of
off the
them.
wall.
What was that, Flick?
I'm grabbing the paintings off the wall.
You can't take a picture, take the painting, right?
Okay.
All right. So Flick, you have the paintings, and yes, there is now an inferno of flame coming out of the basement, with billowing clouds of black smoke.
I think it's time for leaving.
Agreed.
Yeah. Marines, we are leaving.
Okay. You can easily exit. And Alex, are you still there, or did you leave?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have left without them.
Okay.
I just put my bag in the car and then
Okay.
sat on the hood.
So Alex, I need you to roll me some dice and tell me what you get.
D100. What kind of
D100?
D100?
Yeah, please. So the 3 of you can see Alex is just sitting in his car waiting to leave, waiting for you guys and with your 2 cars. And Alex, how'd you do?
27.
Okay, Alex, you heard like a scraping or something in the back of your car where you put your bag. And you look back there, nothing there. Oh, thank God. You must be hearing things. Just like the wardrobe upstairs, you must be hearing things. But when you turn around, sitting on the dashboard, looking at you, is the burnt skull of a cat resting on 4 hands, and it's staring at you with empty eye sockets and an open mouth, and it goes, what do you do? Oh, other than making a sanity roll, what do you do?
I go to try to grab it.
Okay, make me a sanity roll.
15.
Okay, good. That's a good thing. So now go ahead and make a brawling roll. It's going to fight back.
97.
Oh, okay. Well, you see Alex all of a sudden he like lunges for something on the dashboard, but he hits the end of his seatbelt and doesn't reach far enough. You don't see anything on the dashboard. There's nothing there. You don't know what he's doing. But Alex, it jumps past you and is now behind you in the back of your car.
I undo the seatbelt and dive into the back after it.
Okay. And that's what you see. He's back there wrestling with something in his car.
The van looks like somebody's having fun in there, but...
Are you yelling and screaming, or what are you doing?
Oh, absolutely. Get back here, you son of a bitch! Ah! And you hear me banging my head up against the wall of the van.
Yeah, and you hear him, ah, as he bangs his head.
You
You guys gonna help him, or are you just gonna leave him there?
Are we talking a panel van? Are we talking like a Grand Caravan?
Yeah, it's like
It's a wizard van.
I live in this. It's
a wizard
like
van.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an
When you
yeah,
bang
not
on the
an
side.
Afghan, but,
So
yeah,
it doesn't have the door on the side that's
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I'm go over and slide the door open.
So when you slide the door open, you see Alex screaming and slamming a pillow onto the base of the van, on the floor of the van. And he's slamming it so hard that you can see that he's busted the skin open on a couple of his knuckles, and he's screaming at this pillow, "Why won't you die?"
I grab him and I shake him and I say, "Come out of it, man. There ain't nothing there. It's a pillow."
Yeah, it's up to you. I
We'll kill this thing. It is. I'm done with this. You're like, look at this, look at it, and I shove it in her face.
and it's a nasty, smelly pillow.
It's a
That's not bloody.
pillow.
I don't know where that's been, first of all.
Flick, you with your psychology abilities, he has broken.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
you
blood
took
running
a
down my
pretty good
face.
right there, my guy.
What was
He's
that like?
seeing things.
All right, Flick, you got any
but-
downers?
I will say this, Flick, you will be able to calm him down if you request the other two to back off. You think you'll be able to calm him down.
Yeah, I think I could talk to him. You know, scaredy cat, scaredy cat. We got this.
Now, meanwhile, the house has turned into a blazing inferno. Black smoke is pouring into the sky through the tops of the trees.
I pull up my phone and I dial 911.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. They have fire watches in this kind of area.
Okay.
So, yeah, that call's already been made.
Okay, because I was just going to say, you know, I was driving down this road and I saw fire. I saw
So
smoke.
that brings me to the question of, are you just going to leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Brandy, Flick is trying to get Alex to calm down. Are you leaving Flick behind?
No.
Okay.
But make sure we
So-
put the stuff from the house in her car before she leaves. Because we don't want to hear.
Oh, so you
things
just
go off.
toss your bag into her car?
Well, I
Truck.
saw some paperwork in my bag, her truck.
Okay.
Because I don't want it. It's like evidence, right?
Sure. It's something. It may not have been the only thing in the basement, but it's something.
I know.
So Flick, go ahead and make me a psychology roll, please. Alex is shoving this pillow at you and saying, "Why won't it die? Why won't it die?"
I've got blood
I
rolling down
rolled
my
a
face
10.
from where I've hit the side of the van, and like the blood's all over the pillow at this point. And I think that I'm actually eating it.
So what did you roll? I'm sorry.
I said I rolled a 10.
Oh my goodness. Flick, realizing the situation is helpless or hopeless, talking to you does no good. He slaps you across the face as hard as he can, and that kind of brings you out of your and you're holding your pillow is now all bloody and your fingers are all busted up, and you can feel the blood running down the side of your face because it's kind of like dripped into your eye.
What just happened?
Alex,
And the smell of a burning house is just overpowering.
What did you guys do?
Alex, you did it. You set the house on fire with us inside.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
I'm just bewildered.
So, are you guys gonna leave? You can hear the fire engines.
Oh,
coming.
yeah,
You can hear the
I'm-
siren.
oh,
Oh no,
yeah.
Joe, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Let's
I'm
leave.
talking about Brandy, Flick, and Alex. And are you gonna let Alex drive, or is somebody gonna drive his van for
I'm
him?
gonna get the paintings in the back of the van, and I'll drive the van.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the keys. Like, I don't think I should drive. I feel like I've got a concussion.
Matter of fact, if anything, you're gonna lay down and maybe fall asleep, which would not be good, but you never know.
Instead of falling asleep, Alex, do you want to look at these paintings we don't know anything about?
Well,
Yeah, sure.
you don't want to get blood all over them, but yeah, you can do something about that.
I'll
So
prop them
as
up
you
against
guys-
the wall.
You guys pull out and you're getting up the road. All the neighbors that you're passing are out and they're looking like, oh my God, there's a forest fire behind us. So they definitely will have seen your vehicles. But you get onto the next road before the fire trucks pass you, following the smoke, trying to pinpoint where it is.
Tell Flick, hey, press that button next to the dashboard. Just press it.
I pressed the button.
They didn't change
Okay.
the license plates.
So Brandy, in the background behind you, you see the boop, and the license plate on the front of the car flips over and it says something different.
Great.
He is truly paranoid.
Mhm.
Okay, so what is your plan now that you set fire to a forest? Since the trees were canopied over the house,
Not me.
Alex is pretty beaten up by a pillow.
Man.
Flick, you're feeling a little queasy, but I think you're okay. And Joe, what, a hand cat? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
What is your plan?
I'm going to go. You said there was a Red Roof Inn.
Yes.
I'm going to go to the Red Roof Inn and rent a room.
Okay.
And
Are you
then
going to
I
tell
will-
them?
Well, I will text them. I'm at the Red Roof Inn, room XYZ.
Okay. So you guys are going to meet at the Red Roof Inn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reconvene.
All right. So when you get into the Red Roof Inn, do you turn on the TV to see what's going on?
Oh yeah, I want to see if they
That's
have
just a
any
habit.
information about who accidentally set
Oh
fire
yeah,
to
well,
a
they're
house
talking
today.
about a forest fire and how it appeared that a residence fire happened and it set fire to some of the forest, but that they got there quick enough. They hope that it won't spread into a true forest fire. It appears that they don't know if this was done maliciously, but supposedly there were strange cars on the road, after the fire was spotted, but they haven't been able to investigate it. They only had a partial license plate for a van, but that's not really an issue anymore because that van has changed plates.
I
And
do
so-
turn on my. I have a police scanner,
Yes.
so I turn on the police
Oh,
scanner.
and you can hear them talking it up, trying to figure it out. They've got an APB out on the van with those license plate, with that partial plate. But what they think is they found a license plate that matches that, but it's a Michigan license plate. So, that's what they've got so far.
Okay.
But that they're still taking. They don't know. They don't think it was
Arson.
purposeful, but you never know.
So since I was looking at the paintings in the van,
Yes. Yes.
to make an occult roll, or do I?
No, you're occult high enough. They're just stylized paintings for the rituals that would be used to bring the dead back to life. You know, the zombie powder. They're stylizations of that ritual, and it's the progression of the three. You know, the beginning of the ritual, when the ritual's going on, and then afterwards when the person is coming out of the ground. But, you know, I mean, it's the same as what you would have, which was documented in The Serpent and the Rainbow, the movie. So you don't think it has any real value. It just, obviously he liked it because it was weird.
Okay.
Share my
But,
knowledge.
you know, you know, with some more inspection, you could find that maybe, just maybe, there's something else in that painting than what you're seeing on the outside.
Got nothing better to do than to recover and stare at these paintings.
Well, so with that, we're going to stop for the night while you guys try and figure out your next steps by next week. So we're going to leave you kind of being searched for by the police, but at the same time, maybe not. So we'll go ahead and start with Fen. You have an outgoing thing for us to talk about.
No.
Fen froze at the right time.
Oh no, did I freeze?
I think you're good.
You did, but go ahead. You're good now.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Look, sorry, let me pull up this last bit. Hello. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Oh wait, no, sorry, that is the last bit of our show. Don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now. Subscribing is free, and you don't miss any of the action, and you get access to all of the shows and content. Your likes and positive comments on the videos helps future adventurers find out about our shows. You can type !YouTube in the chat.
That's me. I do that.
Oh, you do that. See? I don't know.
Omega Control. It's me.
Chat.
I do that.
Yeah, that's him.
That was my cue. But yeah, so tonight we were giving away 2 3D prints from Make It Real 3D
Just
Print.
one this week, one next
just
week.
This one. Next week we'll be doing the next giveaway. And the winner tonight was Grumpy Lizard. Our very
Yay,
own
Grumpy
Bill.
Lizard!
Congratulations!
Go.
Yay!
You get
don't
to
forget to tune
terrorize
in
your
next
wife
week.
with this.
Don't forget to tune in next week for our second giveaway from Make It Real 3D Print, which is the Bat perfume jar. If I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
I can show that real quick. It's the bat jar, and it is the perfume
It's really cool.
jar.
I'm jealous. I want to get an FDM printer now. I've got just the resin. But congrats to Grumpy Lizard for winning tonight. And
All right.
Shalom.
So before we terminate the data feed, let's do one last recap of who is our cast. I am Sholem West. I'm the keeper. I do this with David Quick. If you want to try and find me elsewhere, you can find me on the 3 Cousins podcast. We're not on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We're trying to get to iTunes, so don't look for us on iTunes. And I'll pass it on off to Lee.
And I'm Lee Smith. I played Joe McAllister, Texas Ranger. I can be found on Facebook as Lee Smith or as Flaming Hooves. Yes, on Twitter. And thank y'all for listening to us.
Ben.
Hey y'all, my name is Fen Bowman. I have been playing your guy, Flick Baggins, Paranormal Investigator. You can find me on on Twitter at Puppy Plants. Very simple. And I look forward to joining y'all for our exciting conclusion next week.
So I should say Omega Jack.
Yeah. No, let's not do that. People
Control
call me
Jack?
Jack. I am normally behind the screens as Omega Control. I got to step out from behind the screen tonight, and we'll be back next week for the conclusion of tonight's episode. Speaking of which, Ella.
I'm Ella, and I'm playing Brandy Fleming, and she is your neighborhood barista, but she has a very mysterious past. And you can find me on Instagram at Ella_Ren1. I hope you have a fabulous evening tonight. It's been fun.
All right, so, well, Fen, since I've been picking on you too much, I'll go ahead and take this one. A big shout out to, of course, Omega Control, Jack, who gets to play occasionally, but not enough. But don't forget to take a look at Dirty Deeds on Wednesday, Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction on Thursday. Great shows here on the Games Tavern. And thank you for tuning in and helping us shape this event. The votes that you make do have an impact, i.e. Armcat. We do this for you, and we look forward to your continued feedback and participation. So join us next week for part 2 of Dead Last. We will see if the investigators can get to the bottom of this mystery, or at least find a way to get out of being labeled, arsonists for setting a forest fire off. So until next week, this is the Omega Files casted crew signing off. Bye, everybody.